Thanks for joining us here for another episode of the Grey Man Podcast. I'm your host, Harley Fox. Today on the show, I have a very special guest. He is my little brother. Zeke is also a veteran of the Royal Australian Navy. Anybody that's followed my journey throughout the episodes will understand that I've got a very disjointed family tree. So I didn't meet Zeke until I was about 20 years old when I met my father. Zeke was about 14, 15 at the time. So we've maintained contact over the years here and there. And so today was a very special one for me to learn about my little brother and his life growing up, what it was like, and what he's been doing since, his journey through the Navy, and he's overcome a lot of hardships along the way, done a lot as well. Very impressive sort of resume. So I hope you guys enjoy this podcast. It's a bit of a family affair. We learned a lot about each other throughout our lives. And enjoy the show. Thanks for being here, guys. And I just want to give a quick shout out to the veteran businesses that support this veteran podcast, support me. They have been supporting me for a long time now. First of all, we've got Jericho Beard Products. They've supported me since day one. They've helped my beard get to where it is. Their products are second to none. I wouldn't go anywhere else. They smell great. They feel great. They help your beard. Head over to my website, follow the link through. Head over to my website to the affiliates links and you'll get all four of them. You've got Veteran, we got Jericho, we've got Sleepy Reaper Coffee Co. Their coffee is fantastic. I love it. I drink it every day. You can get a discount through my website. Then you got Lifespan Supplements. They've helped me out a lot. Head over to the website and you get a significant discount through there. And also Barbers of Brendale, although not veterans, they really support the veteran community and will do anything they can for us. So head over to Brendale Barbers and let them know Grey Man sent you and help the community grow. Cheers, guys. All right. Zeke, welcome, mate.
Thanks, mate.
Thanks for being here.
No, thanks for having me. It's good.
No worries. It's I didn't even fucking think to ask you. I was just chatting to you the other day. I was like, fuck, why don't I ask you to come on? But, been looking forward to it. Be an interesting conversation for sure. For people that don't know, Zeke is my brother. Brother with another mother.
Yeah, brother with another mother.
We have the same dad. The dad that I have mentioned was a piece of shit in previous podcasts.
Can confirm. That's our opinion.
Yeah. So, interested to hear what life was like for you, and obviously we didn't meet till I was 20.
That was an interesting day coming home from school to have this person sitting in Dad's office downstairs and asked if we know who it is or does he look like someone or anything like that. Yeah, to get told that, hey, this is actually your brother. It's quite an interesting time.
Yeah, for sure. So that was I got a call from my mother. She's like, oh, this is his name. This is where he lives. If you want to find him. So I think it was like a day or two that it took me to work up the courage to do so. And I knew not much about him other than I was told he was a biker and his name, and that was it. My whole life. So
yep.
Obviously knowing nothing about him, I kind of just made a picture in my head of sort of idolised him and wanted to be a biker myself when I was a little kid and all that sort of stuff. And so meeting him was pretty fucking surreal. And then, when I was sitting there with him, he's like, oh, by the way, you're going to have 3 of your siblings walk in a couple of minutes.
Yeah.
And then one by one, you and your brother and sister came in, and that was very weird for all of us involved, I think.
Yeah, it took a little bit to understand, but obviously having a new older brother, I know Jake and I definitely idolised you there for a fair bit and tried to spend as much time as we could, and used to come down to Brizzy and stay at yours, and sort of things that you were doing we sort of grasped onto, and music styles and stuff like that. And I can remember cruising through the tunnels in Brisbane and I forget what it was, I think it was their Skyline or something that you were living at Aspley.
Oh, John's Skyline.
Yeah, then just things like that. And that was, some cool memories I've got as a kid.
Yeah, nice.
After meeting you. So.
How old were you at the time?
I think I was 15 maybe.
How old are you now?
15, 16, 38, no, 36. I don't know. Yeah, 38. Yeah, 38.
38, so you're 6 years younger, so you were 14, 15.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Impressionable young kid.
Yeah. Yeah. I was at a pretty good stage of that little period there where I was, I'd finally sort of settled into somebody's house that I'd never sort of had any consistency in my life until staying with old Johnny. And he used to lend me his car all the time and lived there for over a year. So sort of ticked that box of instability that I finally stayed somewhere.
Yeah.
But yeah, the relationship with the old man wasn't for too long. But why don't you tell me about what was life like for young Zeke growing up in Glasshouse Mountains there?
Yeah, so we moved to Glasshouse when I was 2. Obviously, I never remember when we lived out at Gatton, only seeing photos and stuff like that. I was living on the pig farm out there and riding pushies and parking my bike on a meat ant's nest one day and just getting covered in them and screaming but still not moving. So obviously I wasn't the smartest kid that way in street sense. But yeah, we moved to Glasshouse and that was one of Dad's biggest things was he moved so much with his old man being in the army that he wanted us to have a stable house and we got to go to the same school right through primary school at Glasshouse Mountains State School and then went to BY High. Wasn't easy. Like we used to get bullied a fair bit, the whole family at school, things like that. So that was, yeah, pretty tough. I just find it interesting now. Some of those bullies still try and reach out and be friends on Facebook and whatever. It's quite interesting. I was never one of the cool kids, never smoking pot and anything like that. So I never fell in with that crowd. I was played footy. So from the age of 6, the mighty BY Bulldogs played footy.
Nice.
Yeah, Dad was the manager of the team, I think, and the club registrar and whatever. And little brother Jake played, and Cody was a cheerleader or something. And I think Dane even played for a year or 2. And I was sort of the one that wanted to take it, and that was my life. Footy was my life. Playing footy in the backyard by myself, always kicking a football, playing tackle footy at school, and ripping uniforms when we were only supposed to be playing touch, and all that good childhood stuff. And yeah, obviously, Dad's a quite strong-willed sort of human and had a falling out at that football club, so we moved to a different one. We moved to Caloundra and he used to drive us half an hour each way twice a week, Tuesdays and Thursdays to Caloundra to go to training and drop Jake and I off and he'd go and get some hot chips and when he left overs we'd eat when we got to finish footy training and you get 2 Macca's soft serve ice creams on the way home. So it was a good way to spend $1.80 twice a week. But yeah, once I sort of got out, I think 11, I think it was, I sort of fell out of love with football and gave it away. Come back to it at 14 after playing school footy. Had a suspected spinal injury and they found a chipped bone in my spine, which actually happened 2 or 3 months earlier playing soccer at school. I just fell flat on my back and didn't tell anyone about it. Just a lot of pain. And I remember football was life. And when we were in the hospital, the doctor said, well, you can't play for 6 to 8 weeks. Like that's it. And Mum was still at home, took me to a sports doctor, Dr. June Canavan, who unfortunately passed away flying over to the Kokoda track. The little light plane crashed. That was a pretty sad sort of day for everyone in sport on the sunny coast that day. And yeah, she went through a range of movements, looked at my scans, whatever, and went, no, you're right, you can play this weekend. I went back and kept playing for a little bit longer and then, yeah, sort of gave it up when I joined the Navy.
Yeah, right. So you mentioned 3 siblings there, so you guys were pretty close growing up?
Yeah, so there's Dane, who's our elder brother, who's same dad as you and I, but different mum. No, sorry, same mum as me.
He's not technically blood related to me at all.
Yeah, so no, yeah, different dad to me, same mum. So obviously we're quite a complex blended family. And I didn't find out that he wasn't my full sibling until I think it was 2 weeks before I joined the Navy. Dad just blurted it out one day when we were arguing with each other. And
oh, really?
Yeah, just went, well, Dane's not even your full brother anyway. And that sort of just shook me. Like after being 17 years old and discovering that thrown in your face was a big
fucking hell
sort of thing. But then, yeah, got my 4 siblings, Jake, and who's younger, 2 years younger, and Cody, who's 1 year older. So we were, as any sort of sibling, like fought and whatever growing up. And I can remember one day in particular, it was only Jake and I at home. Cody'd already moved out. So I was sort of 16 maybe, and Mum had already left. And it's just Jake and I, and we were fucking fighting each other upstairs. And I don't know whether it was he or I pushed the other one into a bookcase, and it just exploded. And there was fucking piles of books everywhere and all this sort of stuff. And Dad come upstairs and threatened to put our heads through walls and sent us on our way with our own money to buy nails to fix it. So we're there, hammers and nails, and fix this bookcase. And so we're like, well, fuck you. We had to pay for the nails, so we hid them in a Tupperware container and we're like, fucking give them to you. Like, make us spend our own money on nails, we're not giving them to you. Like,
I was there, dude. I was there when you guys broke the bookcase.
oh, right.
And he fucking sent me down to the shop. And I always wondered what happened because fucking nobody would ever
Talk
about it. Yeah, I was like, what did he do to him?
There's a lot of threats.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I don't know whether that was his biggest thing because he's a big human, whether or not he just thought threats is the way that he could get through. But he only ever belted Jake once when we were kids. Like he always threatened us with the belt, and Jake was the only one that copped it one time when he shut Cody's fingers in the letterbox and sort of nearly broke some of her fingers. So copped her hiding across his ass, but the rest of the time was all threats and
Yeah,
a big
right.
scary man that's gonna
His threats were quite fucking scary.
intimidating.
Yeah, he was intimidating, yeah. Very fucking strong-willed and overpowering and overbearing and intimidating.
Yeah, and I suppose all that comes from having a dad that was in the army and moving around a fair bit, and he went to boarding school with priests that used to beat him and whatever, and then being a clearance diver and then an outlaw bikie and all that sort of stuff. That's sort of the way that they live and the way that it's all about being the biggest and the toughest and the strongest. And
Yeah, I was wondering if you guys caught a heavy hand. So did you know your granddad?
no, he'd passed away before we were born.
Okay.
Oscar was his name, I think. Knew grandma, like Nan. She was just a quiet lady, and then she shacked up with another cow cocky and was living out west. So they'd come in every now and again, and we'd go out and see her. And we used to play a game when we were driving and whatever, and make like sort of things out of number plates. Like, and the only one that ever stuck with me was Dad's Mercedes that we had, the old Merc that we'd towed a trailer out to her house to help out with something or drop something off to her. And we were sitting in the trailer. It might have been to drive out of our house like you do in the country. And I said, "Oh, Nan, do you know what our number plate stands for?" And it was NFZ. And she goes, No, I don't. I went, "Naughty fucking Zeke." That was a very quiet fucking car ride home, that was. Wasn't quiet to start with. It was a great discussion about how we shouldn't swear in front of old people. And then it was quiet. And then it became, let's look at some alternatives that you could have come up with. But yeah, sort of the backseat was very quiet for the first part of that journey.
So what you said you joined the Navy, ended your footy career. Did you have any other sort of jobs in between footy and?
Yep. Our first job was a Italian restaurant. I was a waiter. That was great. That was like just a family-run restaurant, and used to get paid in cash on a Thursday night, I think, and like I was just a dishwasher and taking orders and whatever. And Friday nights was family night. So basically, when the restaurant closed, they'd just cook up a feed, and we'd all sit in the restaurant and eat like a family, and that was pretty cool. I remember times of like people hanging around late, like we're meant to close at 9 or whatever, and it'd be 10:30 before I got out of there, and Dad's just sitting out in the car because there'd be 4 mobile phones or whatever. He couldn't be like, "Oh, yep, no, I'm ready to be picked up now." Like we lived 15 minutes away, so he'd be there when I was meant to finish, and you'd have to keep going and be like, "Oh, another 10 minutes, another 10 minutes." Like. But yeah, no, that was it. And then that job sort of finished up in 11 and 12. BUR High had this thing where you only went to school 4 days a week and you could get a traineeship. So I was an avid lawn bowler and got a job as an apprentice greenkeeper straight across the road at the Glasshouse Bowls Club, which was quite fun because I could get up and I knew I didn't have to go to work till the boss drove down the road, so I'd sit up in my bedroom or whatever and see his ute bundle down the road, then I'd rush downstairs and I'd work on time. And Wednesday was ladies' day, so there's always cakes and sandwiches and whatever to eat after work on a Wednesday.
So the Glasshouse Mountains had a pretty country sort of feel to it?
Yeah, 100%. When we first got there was a general store only. Like there was an old wooden shack that was the train station and a general store, and nothing like it is now. The bowls club, the school, and a little doctor's surgery.
Yeah.
All the old paper files with the same doctor that'd been there for 40 years, sort of thing.
So you sort of saw it come a long way.
Yeah, definitely. So I think when we were there, the school ended up getting like 400 kids, and they were like, "Well, we're getting big now. Like, nearly need a deputy principal. We've got that many kids. You can't just have one principal." So
Yeah, right. And your big brother Dane, when did he fuck off to the Navy?
pretty much straight out of school. So yeah, when he graduated, I think it was sort of the January or February the following year, he buggered off and wasn't smart enough to be a greenie, so he fell in to be a stoker, which was quite funny because then I joined as a greenie.
So did he want to be a greenie?
Yeah, start with he wanted to be a greenie. I don't know whether he started greenie school down there or the aptitude side of it told him that he couldn't be one. It was one or the other.
Someone probably talked me out of it. What
He didn't like sleep.
did you guys like were you sad when he left? Were you guys close?
Yes and no, because he's a little bit older, so he's sort of. I think he's. I don't even remember how. Like, I think he's 6 years older than I am, so he was doing stuff that we weren't doing. Like he had a job when I was sort of like not even a teenager yet, and working and getting cars and off with mates and all that sort of stuff. So yeah, there was sort of that age gap that like we didn't really hang around. I think he'd graduated high school before I even got there, and at the most, we'd talk and fight like my brothers, but steal his pornos from out of his room when he wasn't home, and that's about it. Trying to find the odd cigarette that he'd left at home that he thought Dad didn't know about, and because he couldn't go and whinge to anyone because he wasn't supposed to be doing it either.
Yeah, right.
He's probably shaking his head if he listens to it going, fuck, I knew they were going, no, I'm missing.
Yeah, ones and twos. Back in the day when fucking everyone smoked.
I was just an entrepreneur. I'd sell them for $1 each.
$1? Fuck.
Rolling in it.
Not bad. I used to buy packets. Legal smoking age was 16 when I was in school. And I was looking 16 when I was 14 and I never checked ID or anything. So I always go across the road from Caloundra High. There was a little servo. And I go over there, buy a pack for $2.50. And I'll go back to school and sell them all for 50 cents each. Make my money back and still got half a pack to smoke.
Yeah. We're a little bit different. I think they're about $18 for a 25 pack. Long Beach.
Now they're like fucking $50.
Yeah, I got no idea. It was like $18 for the pack of 25.
When you
sell them for $1 each, and you got enough for hot chips and that afterwards.
Yeah. Now they're fucking criminal. Actually, they're selling the wacky tobacco now. Instead of Marlboros, it's like fucking
chop
Malbras.
Malbras. Just rolled at home and put into a packet.
Yeah. No, but they're fucking legit. When I heard about the illegal chop, I was thinking it was like just a bag, like a fucking cling wrap bag of weed, of tobacco, and you roll it up like rollies. But no, it's like actual fucking legitimate looking cigarettes. They're just called something different.
Yeah, right.
Fancy crims.
Yeah, too much time. 3D printers these days.
Cool. So, was the Navy always on the cards for you?
I think obviously, so I looked up to Dad a lot as a kid and his views on the world, and thought that was the right way to look at the world and the right thing to do, and to be a strong, standoverish sort of bloke that's misogynistic and women are there to fucking serve and all that sort of stuff, and there to serve your country and do the right thing, and that's what men do, and don't cry and don't show emotion and don't do any of that sort of stuff, and yeah, so.
How would you categorise your childhood with him as your dad? You said he was very present. I think that seems like a common thread. He was there for your games and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah, like he was always there. Like, but it was just like his way or the highway. Obviously, learning things later in life of how he supported us, the kids, and whatever. Like, that's interesting things to find out, and things that he'd done to Mum that were hidden from us and we never got told about, and stuff like that was pretty confronting later in life to find out about. And obviously through my struggles with depression and everything when I was in the Defence Force and speaking to psychs and stuff, it sort of come to fruition that maybe he's not a great role model. And it's been, trying to think the other day, I think it's been nearly 15 years and I haven't spoken to him. So it's been a fair chunk of time. There was a chunk of time there that when I was still in that I didn't speak to anyone in the family. I just went silent on everybody just to try and work on myself, and really hurt mum and that sort of stuff. And unfortunately, like, I've never really been close with the brothers and sisters. Like, where I sort of do my own thing and a bit of a black sheep in terms of what I do, and don't really push in anyone else's life or anything like that. So, when I pulled back and didn't talk to anyone, it hurt mum for a while, and then eventually I started talking to her again. But Dad never went back there after understanding that his view probably wasn't the right view to have in life, and so we're going to lead me to more detriment than good.
Yeah, right. So during your childhood, it wasn't like you didn't feel like you had a bad childhood?
No, I felt like we were never wanting for anything. Like, we didn't have all the big brand name stuff or whatever, but we always had footy boots. We were always playing footy or sport, or we had a PlayStation, and Dad and his mates learned how to pirate games. So we go to the video shop on a Friday night and borrow one, and 2 hours later after he copied it, take it back and be like, oh, it didn't work, it must be scratched, and get another one. So we'd 2 for the price of one, and we had them for life. We had one of them old CD folders full of pirated games for the PlayStation, and so we never sort of went without that way. So we had a pool, and thought life was pretty good. Like, sort of, apart from looking what I give our kids these days, like fucking overseas holidays and going away and all that sort of stuff. Like,
it's a bit of a generational thing though. So.
We went, like, we were discussing, I think I was talking about it with Mum the other day, we went on 2 holidays through our entire childhood. One was to the Gold Coast and stayed in like Nana's timeshare unit, and the second one was a trip up north and stayed in Dad's friend's second house that he owned after he won the lottery. Like, bought a second house in the same town, and we stayed in one and went out on a fishing charter with him because that was his job. He was a commercial fisherman, so that was our other holiday. Like, it was like us as kids were like, oh, great, this is holidays. Like,
yeah.
So didn't know any different. So
yeah, it's kind of hard to see from my point of view because I wasn't around for long, but I was told my mum ran away in the middle of the night because he used to beat her, and she was scared for her life, so she jumped out the window while he was sleeping and sort of left, never came back, and hid from him.
Well, Dane's mum and my mum did the same thing, drugged him and then moved out while he was fucking drugged up.
Oh, really?
Yeah, she actually moved to do the same thing. She put him in a coma with drugs and fucked off. So she came back though and had us, so we'll see.
Yeah, right.
Fuck. She was a nurse. She had access to all that sort of stuff in the hospital.
Yeah, and then meeting him and exactly what you're saying, just his way of the highway, super overbearing, very intimidating, like fucking telling me how to live my life and threatening me if I didn't follow his sort of rule of law. Yeah, was just too much for me. So I bailed, obviously, which was hard. I remember you and Jake coming down the train station when I was leaving, asking if I was coming back. Couldn't be part of around him anymore. Yeah. But it sort of just confirmed, and then you guys sort of told me that he was misogynistic and quite likely did do that to my mum, and I was like, oh, fuck, I've been accusing her of being a liar my whole life.
Yeah, what are you talking about? You'd be a great guy.
Yeah. Fuck, if you did, you probably deserved it.
That would have been an interview too. Yeah. You made me do this.
Yeah, but obviously we've moved on and got our own lives. Do you ever feel any regret? Like you were saying, obviously his personality and who he sort of was had a lot to do with his upbringing of moving around and having a hard-ass army veteran father. Do you ever think maybe I shouldn't be so hard on him and fucking cut him out?
Nah, because I had him as a dad and I've changed. Like, everyone makes their own choices in life. Like, I've worked very hard on trying not to be the same as what he is, and trying to show the kids a loving family dynamic with like my current wife. And we don't argue. We joke that our only arguments are around stupid shit that we shouldn't be arguing about, like a fucking HR policy that we've both got different opinions on because I'm unionistic and she's not, or whatever. Like, we don't argue about actually relevant things in our life. Have an argument over some stupid fucking job-related thing that we shouldn't even be talking about, but it got brought up and we both had different opinions on it, and then we just go, right, let's just stop talking about it and we move on, and we just be like, that had no bearing in it off whatsoever. What the fuck are we arguing about this for? But yeah, apart from that, like, yeah, I have it every now and again that, maybe I should reach out and whatever, like I can always be there for as long as I want to be and tolerate him or whatever because he is my dad, but then I go, well, no, like I can also just be like, no, I don't have to. Like his my auntie, she always reaches out and follows me on Facebook and says, oh, it'd be so nice for you to come and visit. We only live here and whatever, and probably would be great to go and visit, but I'm such a skeptical person. She'd fucking stitch me up and Dad would be sitting there or something like just I can I remember working one day, I was doing some costume work as a kids entertainer thing for a bit of side money, and one of Dad's friends, the magician, turned up. He was employed by the same person. We had a good chat and a catch up and whatever. And he's like, "Oh, your dad, I'd really love to see him, whatever." And I was like, that's cool, but phone number hasn't changed in 20 years, and it's never rung. So,
yeah, I think that's kind of anybody that says that, like, you know, why don't you reach out? Why don't you reach out? Like, what's he fucking doing? With his phone doesn't work or what?
Yeah, correct. Yeah, it's only receiving only or something.
Yeah. But you can see what, you know, you grew up with him, you know that it's that pig-headed fucking stubbornness that's like, nah.
No, they want it, they'll talk to me.
Yeah. Which is sad. But yeah, it wasn't, obviously it wasn't hard for me because I only just met him, so
yeah,
fucking easy come, easy go. What about the rest of the kids? Do they have a relationship with him? Or do you have a relationship with him?
I assume they do. I think so, just from, because as I said, like I don't really have a strong relationship with any of them, so I know Jake did, had a very good relationship with him, but he lived in New Zealand now, so I don't know whether there's talk on the phone and stuff like that. Dane still does, I don't know that much.
It was his pride and joy with the Navy career and stuff.
Yeah, and then Cody, last time I talked to Mum, like before I even knew Dad moved and whatever, she used to, her guns used to be stored at his house and they go pig shooting and stuff all the time, so I assume they got a pretty good relationship to be able to do that. So yeah, I assume he still hangs out with those three. And
why did you break contact with your siblings?
Just, I don't know, just don't feel close. Like I don't know what it was. I was just, I stopped giving time to things that weren't benefiting me. Like it sounds horrible. Like I'd just reach out and say hi, and we'd, like, you look back through our chat history and there's a happy birthday from last year and then a happy birthday from this year, and that might be the last 3 years. Like there's no, like, hey, how you going? What have you been up to? Whatever. Like there's none of that. Yeah. Between like from me to them or them to me. So I was like, well, like there's, yeah, we're siblings, and hey, we might catch up at Dad's funeral or Mum's 70th birthday, or if we both end up being at Mum's house for Christmas or something like that, but that's about it. Like, yeah, more than happy to sit there and chat for hours and have whatever when we're face to face, but when we're living our lives, we're just living our lives and doing our own thing. And
yeah, that's fair enough. I think me and you kind of inherited a lot of similar personality traits. Because I'm like that as well. Like, why bring negative energy into my life and do things that I don't want to do for what purpose? Just to feed that sort of cliche that family should stick together, and social norms of maintaining contact no matter how uncomfortable it is, and having awkward catch-ups whether you like it or not, just because it's family.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what did it feel like going off to the past? Was that always on the cards? Was it always a Navy because of Dad and Dane, or?
I sort of didn't know what I wanted to do with life. The only thing I think I knew I didn't want to do was be a mechanic. I got his work experience of that in year 10 and for a week, and I was like, fuck, I'm not doing that for a job. Like, knuckles hurt and you're dirty as anything and whatever. And I was like, yeah, that's not me. So I knew I didn't want to be at home anymore and I wanted to get out. And so the Navy gave me food and place to live and something to do and money in my pocket. So it was a pretty easy sort of choice.
I guess there was never any other service in that house.
No, it was all Dad being a CD and Dane being a stoker. It was pretty Navy orientated. Like, we talked a little bit about Dad's dad being in the army and stuff like that, and he was up Kokoda, I think, from memory. But it was never big like must join, must serve your country, must do anything of that, or like. But it was sort of Navy. I remember like pretty happy to sleep in a bed every night, not in the dirt, and didn't really want to dress like a bus driver, so Air Force wasn't in. Little fucking blue. But I did Air Force cadets, so I'd had a taste of what that was like. And sort of did that and had quite a good time at that and whatever. And they did like expeds out and sleep in the dirt and whatever. And I was like, oh, fuck, if they do that too, then maybe sleeping on a ship ain't that bad with a doona and 3 hot meals a day. So
it's not bad. Grass is always greener on the other side, but the Navy's got it pretty good.
Yeah, I'd still talk to people about it, like in terms of, they're like, oh, you'd like catch up with people and they might have been ex-army or whatever and they try and give you shit and I'll be like, yeah, but you had to sleep in the dirt, shit behind a tree, like one toilet flushed, I had 3 hot meals a day, like I got to pick my doona cover. You slept under a hoochie in the rain. Fuck, you can't talk to me about comfort, mate. Like,
I had to pick my doona cover, and yes, it was Hello Kitty.
Yeah. Worst we had to do was fix the fucking bucket that we made into a toilet for boat people. Like, that was the shittiest job going around. Or when the shit pipe burst, and then you're on the boat and you got to clean that up. But you're in a hazmat suit when you're doing it, so it didn't really matter.
So was it? I guess Dad was pretty proud of you to go join the POS.
Yeah, he was. He was pretty happy that I picked the Navy and joined and whatever. But I sort of look back. But I asked someone like Dane and Mum the other day, I don't have any photos in me in uniform at all.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So no one came to my passing out parade. I just did that on my own, which I thought, like looking back now, like the amount of time and effort that Tash and I put into going to any of the kids' stuff to make sure we're there and cheering them on. I was like, well, fuck, like that's a pretty big step, and especially like Dad being ex-Navy and whatever, like you'd think he would have found the time or whatever to, whether or not it was under the ruse of a Ulysses bike run or whatever, and ride his fucking bike down to Melbourne to see his son pass out or whatever he did. But no, it was, it wasn't high on his priority list. So I did passing out myself, and Dane got one photo off Dad that I've got in uniform, and it was me and Dad when I came back home for like just after recruit school. I was in my dress series or something. I must have brought him home to get a photo with him or something like that, or try and pick up chicks or whatever it was. But that's the only photo I've got. I went through all my photos. I've got one photo of me in my overalls sunbaking on the radar deck with a couple of mates that were, when we were doing our comp log on HMAS Adelaide. But apart from that, plenty of photos out on the piss, but nothing in uniform. Digital camera age. Everyone had a digital camera. There was no photos, no proof, no evidence. Look.
Yeah, 100%. What did that? Was that a good feeling heading off to Cerberus, getting out of Glasshouse?
Yeah, it was good to get out. Obviously nervous. I was still 17, so it was sort of daunting to go and do something like that by yourself, like be 2 states away from anything that you've ever known, and head to the other end of the country and that sort of thing. But I sort of went down there, had a pretty good group of boys that I roomed with and whatever, and so that was pretty cruisy. And finished Cerberus.
I guess the recruit instructors weren't too scary after living with the old man.
Well, his whole thing, like his biggest thing was when you go down there, like you can't be a fucking sook about anything. Like you look at the girliest girl in the whole defence force, she's fucking been through it, so man the fuck up. Like I was like, well, that's fair. Like that dainty old like chick that's working behind the counter over there, like writer or whatever, has been through there. It can't be that hard. So it was pretty cruisy. Recruit school was a breeze. I think I don't know how I got charged for something one day, and that was apparently the reason I didn't get cadet of the intake. But me and another guy competed for the academic or whatever, and we both got 100% on every test, so they couldn't split it. They had to give it to both of us. So I was like, oh, maybe we could get into the intake. But yeah, I found out after that, I had a spook as my recruit instructor. He was pretty cool. And he's Simon Edwards. Yeah, he was pretty, obviously being a spook, he's a bit of a fucking weirdo, but he had some cool stories to tell of as much information as he could digress from that side of it. But yeah, got through recruit school pretty scathed through.
Where was your cat school at?
Still Cerberus. So as a greenie, we're down there. So I was still 17 when that started, and I was the first intake of an accelerated program. So we did our whole cat school on computer. So we didn't sit in so I was 231, and then when I graduated cat school, I was with 227 to graduate. So I sort of jumped ahead. Skipped about 8 months of down there. Yeah. So
did you find ways to get on the piss?
Not really when I was 17. I sort of was a bit scared of having to blow on the breatho every time we come back on board and all that sort of stuff. I still remember Anzac Day though, walking into my series into Crown Casino and not getting asked for ID. So I was like, did not leave the fucking pit floor for 1 second just in case I did get asked for ID. Couldn't get back in with the boys. But I walked in and 3 blokes behind me that were in their 20s all had to get their ID out, and I just fucking walked straight in. And I was like, yep, sweet, we're good.
Child in a Navy uniform.
Yeah, just playing blackjack in the Crown Casino. Yeah, but maybe I can go back to them, put a DVA case in for their fault. It's Crown's fault they let me in. Go and find the security footage. Probably did have been loaded by now.
And get some photos in uniform.
Yeah. Yeah. But no, I remember my 18th. I was in cat school and I went to the piss bar on board and they shut at 10. But Dane's shipmates were there on a course. And so I didn't buy a drink and I was drunk by the 10 o'clock.
Mm-hmm.
And went back to my room. It was like a Wednesday night. Like there was nothing special. And yeah, I was shit-faced because the commissioning crew from Toowoomba, I think, were there for some course. And they were like, oh, you're Fieldy's little brother. Like, I'll get you a drink and I don't even know how I got back to my room. But then the boys snuck into my room and tried to change all the clocks in my room to fuck me over the next day. And apparently they got everyone except my phone. I covered my face with shaving cream, and I still remember like waking up with shaving cream in my hand, like in the middle of the night. I was like, what the fuck's going on here? Like, what did I get into on the way home? And got out of my bed and used the towel into my bed and cleaned myself up and got back into bed. And the boys told me then, like, a couple of days later, they were standing in my room, just stood still. And I had no idea.
Oh, when you woke up?
Yeah, when I woke up at like midnight. No, and then changed the clocks and they just like, fuck, he's awake, and just stood still. And I did not see the three of them at all. And then, yeah, my phone went off at whatever time I'm getting up in the morning. I looked over at my other clock and it said like 2 a.m. I was like, what the fuck? What's going on here? And I looked out of the top bunk and looked at the door and could see shadows going past. So I sort of stumbled to the door and opened it, and everyone's running around in S7s and fucking getting ready to go to work. I was like, fuck. That was probably nearly one of the longest days of my life because I was on the computer. Like, I remember I'd do maybe
taking it.
15 minutes of reading stuff on the computer, pressing next, and when I read the same page a couple of times, I'd be like, oh, I'm just going for a break, and I'd go and have a coffee and sit in the break room for like half an hour, 40 minutes, and I'd go back and try again. Like, the instructor's pretty good. She knew it was my 18th, so yeah, I got a bit of mercy that day, which was nice.
Yeah, nice.
But yeah, got through cat school and then posted to Perth, so I did a drive across the country with a couple of the boys, which was nice.
Oh, nice.
Experience.
So nice and close to Dano.
Yeah, so that was, him and I, probably that was the closest we ever were when I lived in Perth. Like, I used to go into his house and he helped me install the stereo in my car and, stuff like that. It was an interesting time when I went there, pre-Christmas, and took a chick over to his house and his neighbour was there and whatever. And then, probably 4 or 5 months later, I'd met my first wife. Like, when I came home on Christmas leave, I met her, and then in March she moved to Perth. And went around to Dane's house, and he goes, "Oh, I've met you before." And Dane's like, "Fucking hell, man, shut the fuck up! No, you haven't met this lady. Like, these guys have only been dating for a couple of months, and she's just moved to the other side of the country." So yeah, that was it was good. Yeah, went to his
Yeah, that was the closest I was with him as well.
Yeah.
It was living over there. Yeah, same thing. Hang on to his house and caught up a fair bit.
Yeah, go full driving with him.
It's all just down the road, right?
Yeah. Yeah, and I wasn't at the Swinging Pig or
Yeah.
I think it was called Liquids nightclub, I think it was.
Liquids, was it? Someone was asking me the other day. I was like, oh, fuck, if I can remember. It was 20-something years ago.
I think it was Liquids. He used to come out there at 6 in the morning and be bright as fuck and you'd get a cab back on base and show your Medicare card and they'd just wave you through.
Yeah, chuck a chicken in the boot for $20 and
yeah.
Sneak them on.
But yeah, it was only in Perth for a little while, like maybe finished my cob log at the FSU. Did a little trip on Adelaide. Then yeah, posted to Cairns. So Madeline and I moved to Cairns in December of 2008, I think it was.
Yeah, right.
Comp log was done. I look back and sort of regret it now because it took me a long time after getting out to even get my medals out or wear them or anything like that because I was like, oh, I don't deserve them. Like I got one for showing up for 4 years of undetected crime and I think I sort of pretty bitter and guilty about how I got out and circumstances around that and was very bitter towards the ADF and fucking hated them for a long time and so yeah, sort of.
What happened up in Cairns?
In Cairns, as soon as I posted in, sort of went to the fleet support unit and a week later I was on a survey boat and fucking fucked off for 3 months. So my partner had moved to a new city, completely knew no one, and we had 2 dogs. And 2 weeks into it, she was fucking all alone. So survival mode kicked in for her, and I sort of.
What was sea like? You spent much time on boats before that, or?
Nah, before that it was only like a 4 or 5 weeks on HMAS Adelaide to do my comp log. So that was sort of my first sea posting. And droggy boats are they're pretty cruisy. Everyone calls them McHale's Navy. So we used to fish off the back and put the jet ribs in as water ski and stuff at times, and steel deck barbies and beers pretty every Sunday, and
nice.
Never kept watches because I was a greenie. So just a day worker, and I was a comms greenie. So there was only 3 of us that had the pin code to the comms centre. So we used to just watch movies and sleep and stuff like that during the day.
Not too bad. Yeah,
work out. An hour or 2 in the gym every hour and play basketball because in the hangar, and it was pretty crazy sort of lifestyle.
Yeah, and they're just cruising around surveying shit.
You just see like
intel.
No, not even intel wise. Like you read shipping maps and it says on the bottom chartered by Royal Australian Navy. Like we're just surveying shipping channels and stuff like that. Like it's basically just mowing the floor of the fucking ocean. They'd drop a couple of tide marker things in that read the tide for the 6 weeks that were there or whatever, and then they'd drop a thing called a sonar fish at the back, and we'd just go up and back, just reading the depths of the sea floor, and then the droggies had charted all together, and the S rates are on board. Greenie S rates, it was their job to fix the shit the droggies broke, and my job to fix all the comms queue.
What's a droggie?
It's a hydrographic surveyor.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they're like a dibby with a Game Boy. Bosun's mate that still chips and paint stuff on the ship, and then they got to look at some screens and do some computer analysis. So it's sort of like a bit of a smart dibby. Just not smart enough to be a CSO or something.
Throwing shade.
Yeah, shit kickers that drove the boat. So that was them. Kept watches. I washed the dishes though, so that was there to come back to me. So.
Any fun stories from being on board? Did you stay on that boat for a while, or just?
I did. That was we had 3 crews and 2 boats. So we were like red, white, and blue crew. So we'd do 12 weeks out, and we'd come home and hand a ship over. That crew would do like a 3 or 4 week maintenance period with it, and then they go out with it while we were in off watch. Off watch was an interesting creature. Like you're there for 6 weeks, just in a fucking office building, and just laying on the floor. Just had to turn up every day. And that was when you meant to go and do courses, whatever, but you'd turn up and just be fucking bored out of your brain. Like, just staring at the wall, talking, playing uckers. Like, it was the dumbest thing, the biggest waste of fucking time. Like they'd be like, "Oh, this is when you need to take leave," or "Oh, yeah, you got this course to do," or whatever. And yeah, if you didn't have a course to do, or whatever, you still fronted from 8 till 2 or whatever it was, and just sat in the fucking cubicle and stared at each other. Like,
Yeah. I just posted a video about that on Sunday. The clearance diver actually, same thing is like, fucking, we're going to put you in this office, and how good you could turn up late, you can leave early, and haven't really got anything for you to do, but like, you obviously don't fucking know me at all, do you? Like,
yeah, do that for 6 weeks and see how fucking happy you are.
This is not why I fucking joined the bus.
Yeah. But yeah, so I think I was on Blue Crew. I did maybe two swings, like, so maybe 8 months. And then boys all started getting into dirt bikes, and I borrowed one of the dirt bikes one weekend when he was on duty and broke my elbow, crushed it, and fucking remember my ex-wife saying to me that, don't you fucking come home if you hurt yourself, or I don't want to hear about it, sort of thing. And yeah, rang her and said, I'm not coming home, we're actually going to the hospital. Yeah, so she fractured the radial head of my arm, and the radial head basically lets you turn your hand over. So went to Cairns-based hospital, love them, and they left the rocks in my hand and didn't clean anything and just put a back slab on it and said, there's some Panadine Fort, and fucking give it a right. Take that off in 6 weeks, mate, and we'll see where you're at. So that's off the public health system, but lucky I was in the Navy. Went to them on Monday, and they cut the back slab off and actually took the rocks out of my hand and cleaned me up and sent me off for more scans and paid for me to go to a hand therapist, basically. And she basically said if you didn't come here after 6 weeks of just being stiff because it's a joint, like you probably have to have surgery and cut tendons to get movement back, and you'd probably be lucky to get 80%, and I've got 100%. It just clicks every now and again.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, so they used to go there, and she'd do like massage on it or whatever, and like force it to turn further and rotate, and put like a special made splint on it that she was like, oh, the more time you can spend out of that using it, the better it is. And yeah, that was good.
So I needed a whole job for that, eh? I saw a hand therapist when I broke my hand, and didn't even know that job existed till then.
There's a lot of fucking bones in there. So
a lot going on.
Yeah.
I remember she used to massage it, and fucking every time I just wanted to throw up. Like, oh God, it was fucking so painful. Anyway.
Yeah, so off the ship back into the FSU.
Fleet support?
Yeah, fleet support. And that lasted a couple of weeks, and they went, well, you're injured. You can't go to sea, so where do you want to go? And I went, well, I'm not going to Sydney. So they sent me to Deaf Communications Station Harmon. So I moved down to Canberra. Took a nice big $5,500 in relocation and drove down there, towing a trailer, as we all do. Moved into a defence house down there. And
what did your missus think about all the moving around? She wasn't phased, or she?
No, she was all right. We didn't have kids or anything at that point, and so it was sort of, yeah, she just got to see the country and that sort of stuff. She was just working as a like a beautician in a pharmacy. So yeah, we moved to Canberra. They moved all our stuff down there, and I really started drinking. Through my lawn bowls, I had a few contacts, and one of them set me up with a guy that he was an interesting dude. He was a school teacher, I think, and an SP bookie. He used to take bets from people like George Foreman and some of the Sydney underworld and stuff like that, and got really rich from it. After he remortgaged his house, forged his wife's signature to pay a $250,000 debt, and then he became a millionaire. Because he goes, that guy that won that guy that won that $500,000 that day, he lost $3.5 million to me in the next 2 years. I was like, well, fuck, it was worth it. So I started drinking with him and a few other people at a bowls club in the ACT, and I was a mess of a human. I don't know what sort of caused it or went downhill from there. And my wife got pregnant. My ex-wife got pregnant at the time. But I was working shift work, so I'd work 2 day shifts, 2 night shifts, and then have 4 days off.
Okay.
And then we'd do like 2 days, 3 nights, and have 5 days off. So I was looking at 15.
You're getting smashed on the off swing.
And on the days before I went to nights. So I'd go and get drunk and then go to my night shift, and we'd just sleep on night shift. So
yeah, right.
It was only if an alarm went off and the communicators couldn't fix it. Like they actually had to do shit. We didn't. We were just there if something broke.
Oh, okay.
So you go in the woes office or something and bring your pillow and sleep bag in, and as long as you're awake by 5 and put that back in your car, no one fucking said anything. One or 2 people got caught by the warrant officer, or you come in early after a gym session or whatever, and you'd be able to get yelled at, but fuck, yelled at, so what? I'll move on. So yeah, survived there for, it was a very short amount of time actually. It was only maybe 6 weeks. And the chief poster rang me and said, "Oh, would you go back to Cairns on a HS again?" I was like, "Yeah, mate, that's fine." He goes, "Oh, we're going to promote you too." So I think it was 10 weeks I was out of Cairns and they'd paid me $13,000 in relocation. And I literally moved to Canberra, unpacked our house, packed our house back up and moved back to Cairns. On the same ship, different crew, got promoted. Like, it was so dumb. Like, no one had any fucking foresight that in 6 weeks they'd be like, "Oh, we're going to need someone fucking promoted here." Like, and that was under minimum time too. I think it was only just after 3 years that it got promoted. Like, it was sort of, I was an exemplary sailor at that point.
What did Jimmy say? Think of the drinking?
Down in Canberra, she sort of got, because she worked during the day, so that was when I did a lot of drinking. And then
she wasn't seeing a lot of it.
No, I sort of drank at the bowls club till they shut at 8. And I think I was just a pretty well functioning drunk because I'd drive home down Northbourne Avenue and it's 3 lanes wide, and my whole mentality was as long as I was in the middle lane, I wouldn't get pulled over. And it worked. I never got pulled over. I'll touch wood.
What was the
fucking scary times when I woke up in the morning and went, "Fuck, where's the car?" And it was in the driveway.
Yeah, fuck, I used to do that.
Oh, fuck.
I would wake up on the floor of the bathroom throwing up going, "Fuck, how did I get here?" And then you see the car in the driveway, like, "Oh no."
Yeah, like it got really bad to the point one day she came home and I was drinking and she goes, "You fucking poor, like you got to give this up and this, that and whatever." And so I just went, like, I think it was a bottle of Johnny Walker Black Label and just fucking poured it in the sink in front of her and just bought another one the next day. Like, I was done.
Well, what was you said you weren't really sure of why? Was it like to do with excessive boredom and stuff, or?
No, it's sort of, I was using it to run away from demons. So, when we get further into the story about when I ended up in rehab, outpatient and inpatient and all that sort of stuff, and started seeing psychs, and yeah, it ended up, that's a coping mechanism for me, was to just drink so I could cope, and drink to sleep and drink to not think. That was, my escape was drinking. So, went back to Cairns and got back on the same ship and just a different crew and different bunch of blokes hanging around and whatever. And just left my ex-wife. She was, when we moved back up there, in December. I think the house wasn't even unpacked. 2 weeks or something, we were up there and was still talking to Dad at that point and rang him and said, I don't think I want to be married and all that sort of stuff. And he was like, "Well, best pull a pin now, mate, rather than fucking waiting around. Don't fuck yourself over. Just make sure you get a stat deck that she's not going to fucking take your money." Yeah, that was sort of his advice, and rang Mum and she just said, "Well, whatever your decision is." And so basically broke the news to my ex-wife that want to split. And she was 5 months pregnant.
You're pretty young at this stage, what, 17, 18, 19, so you're only 19, 20?
Yeah, 20.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, 20. Joined the Navy, got married, pregnant, separated, fucking alcoholic. It's all happening.
Fucking fast-tracked a warrant officer.
Yeah. Should have got there. She basically, she moved back down to the sunny coast to be with her parents. And I just fucking partied. Just every day.
Is that why you wanted her gone?
Yeah, well, that was one discussion with a psych later on that I blamed her for making me settle down and not have a wild time and through my teenage years and early 20s. And I can't really say that, like, she wanted me to stop. Like, we used to go to people's houses all the time and get drunk and she'd drive me home or whatever. Like, so she never really stopped me from doing it. I was just, I don't know. I just didn't want any responsibility, I think. And maybe I was scared of becoming a dad and whatever. And shit was moving too fast and I wasn't dealing with the mental side of it. And drinking and partying was how I dealt with it. So
how did that all culminate?
Made some friends that owned a strip club. And so then I got a job at the strip club. So it started out.
While you're still in?
Yeah, well, I was still in. So I was still on the ship. Used to fucking get my AB to pick me up when I was drunk, and he'd bring me to work and just shower, and then I'd go and sleep in the comm centre for the day and get up when it was time to go home and fucking go home and drink again. Like, knew everybody in town, like knew that Gilligan's on a Monday night was jelly wrestling, and knew that somewhere else on Tuesday night was this, and like I'd to the point where I was helping out with some of these events, and Thursday, Friday, Saturday night would go to Toy Box Strip Club. They opened at 9, so I'd sort of have a few drinks at home, and I'm a bit of a, as much as I talk about all this partying and drinking and all that sort of stuff, I fucking don't really like people. So one of the guys that was on the ship up with Tricky, him and I sort of got along pretty well. We were both sort of didn't like the party scene but loved drinking and that sort of stuff. So Thursday nights we'd go to Dunwoody's Tavern in Cairns, and they had 2D raffles, and we'd it was like $2 for 5 numbers, and they'd do maybe 30 raffles. So they'd sell 100 tickets, and then they'd draw the ticket and whatever. And the best night we ever had there, some of the locals were pissed. We won the first 5. We had like 2 meat trays, a seafood tray, and 2 bottles of rum. We were fucking cheering, and all these guys are dirty as fuck. Like, where are you fucking people coming in here? Like, so yeah, we went home and ate the seafood, and then went to the strip club, and just through, and like going there 3 times a week after maybe 2 or 3 weeks, like knew the doorman pretty well, so I didn't pay to get in anymore, and I'd sat in the same spot, and the girls started to get to know me like I never went for lap dances or anything. They'd come and sit on me, and we'd just chat for a while about how their week was and catch up, and I'd drink at the bar, and then I got introduced to the owner of the joint, and it went from like I'd occasionally get a free drink to then my drinks were half price all the time, and then I reckon probably about 2 months or something, I just wasn't paying for drinks. I just stood at the end of the bar with the owner, drank all fucking night. 3 o'clock, they'd kick everyone else out. We'd probably drink till 6 or 7 in the morning. My AB had picked me up on a Friday morning on the way to work. And then the head of security, Graham, still good mates with him, he moved in with me. So didn't get any better.
I say about my own story, when I was drinking in the Navy, I was masking a lot of pain, as it sounds you were as well, but it was never flagged because it's, as a pusser, it's kind of normal, right? So you're just...
Oh, so many days I was fucking drunk. I like one day on the ship in Darwin, I stayed out till 4 a.m. trying to get green fluffy boots off a Midori fucking girl. She was like, oh, at the end of the night. I was like, I fucking swap you my jeans, like this, whatever. Like, to the point that we sailed the next day, and literally like lower deck muster, everyone's there. They're like, right, we're sailing. It's been a bit of fucking frivolity when we've been in town. Like, time to switch back on. Like, don't, like, no one got pulled back by the police. And then they're like, righto, like, we're going to breath test people. I was like, fuck. And then like walking along the XOs, walking along like this line of people, points to the line beside me, looks at me, goes, did you get the boots? I was like, nah. He goes, we'll go to bed then, and fucking points at the next line, gets them to breatho, and fucking... So if anyone thinks it's not encouraged, no wonder I've got a fucking alcohol use dependence disorder on my DVA card, because they fucking encourage it. I remember like seeing your chief stoker drink until he throws up into a fucking jug and then keep drinking the jug. Like, it's just...
Gnarly.
Some grubs in there.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, it's never like this guy's got a problem. It's like fucking
how good's this bloke?
Fieldy's fun, yeah. He's a good time.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, if you want to go to strippers, Fieldy gets you in for free.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, ended up there. Glassy was just a what do you call it? A backpacker, and his time was up and he was leaving. So they asked me if I wanted to do it. So fuck yeah.
Security.
No, just Glassy, just picking up glasses.
Oh.
He used to get paid, I think, $25 an hour or something, 6 hours, 3 nights a week. It was fucking great. Used to drink while I was working, stare at tits. Actually used to find more money than I made. Like, you're just walking around pushing seats back in to make the place look nice, and it's $50 on the ground, fucking in your pocket.
Because everyone's got notes in there.
Yeah, exactly right. I used to fucking find heaps of money. Like, and then when they kick everyone out, that's when the staff drank, and the girls were practicing stuff on the poles and teaching you stuff, whatever. Like, you used to make sure you took your sonnies to work because you knew fucking sun was coming up before you come home. Like, so like Friday and Saturday mornings, Saturday and Sunday mornings, coming home. Was one time Graham and I, we would like, yep, sunnies on, whatever, like carrying your bag home, dressed in our fucking long black pants and toy box shirt, and walking home, and it was like 10:15. We walked past the pub, we looked at each other. I don't know what, it's only 15 minutes till it opens. Like, do we want to wait? We've been drinking since 9 o'clock the night before. I was like, fuck, we go home. We got to go to work tonight. So went home and probably sat on our back veranda and had a couple of beers out of the fridge and then went to bed and got up an hour ago and started again. Like, it was just times like that. Like, it's just, and I never thought anything went wrong. I thought I was fucking living the life. Like, there's, a few times where I'll take someone home and wake up and they were gone. Like, fuck. Well, phone, wallet, keys. Yep, they're still there. Oh, well. Like, went downstairs, found a note written that she'd walked downstairs to get another bottle of wine because I was asleep outside on the veranda. She went downstairs to get another bottle of wine, dropped it, cut her foot, got embarrassed and left. So it was nothing. I know I'd just gone to sleep upstairs. Like, I just didn't even know. Like, just, cool. I was like, yeah, okay, sweet. Didn't rob me. Thank fuck. This time we get home that drunk because we lived in a 3-story apartment and we walked into the wrong apartment. Just one floor too short. Just opened the door and walked in. And
who made my furniture?
No, it's like we didn't really even think of anything. Like, Graham and I walked in and he opened the fridge and goes, what the fuck? Because we didn't have much in the fridge, obviously, 2 bachelors. And then we looked around and went, fuck, this isn't our house. I could just like sort of just let ourselves out. Like, people doing fucking cans. Like, what are you doing leaving your door unlocked? Trusting people out there. But yeah, no, that carried on for a while. Then my daughter was born in April, Lily, first one. And that really rocked me. She was born on the 2nd and I didn't find out till the 5th. So then I spent 3 days drunk. Like, I literally had an esky with bottles of Coke in it. I had bottles of rum, and when I woke up, I drank until I passed out for 3 days straight.
Just the overwhelming thought of being a dad, or the fact that you didn't find out.
Yeah, I didn't get told. Like, you just, being like, well, like, bought life and just like, and it was my ex-wife's sister that told me. Like, my ex-wife was like, no, I'm not fucking telling him. I'm not nothing, whatever. Like, so that really, really got to me. And not long after that was my first attempt on my life. Was just out one night with a group of friends. I think we're at Mad Cow. And something just snapped in my head. And I punched like a metal table or whatever. And I'm like, fuck, what's wrong? I'm like, I'm fucking done. I'm done. I just walked off. They chased me for a while and they're like, don't do nothing stupid. Like, what are you doing? Whatever. I'm like, nah, I'm fucking done. I don't want to be here. And then just walked across the main street in Cairns at 6 lanes of traffic. And I just fucking head down and just walked. And I later found out that they were up the street stopping cars. Like, otherwise I would have just been fucking run over by something. Because they sort of disappeared. I was like, fuck, no one's around me now. Like, now's my time to go. Like, no one can stop me. It was because they were stopping the fucking cars. They weren't trying to stop me anymore. Northport Avenue, no. It's Canberra. It was, whatever the main street is through Cairns there. And once I walked across the street and didn't die, I fucking broke down. I went, fuck, what are you doing? So I went to the payphone and rang 000 and stayed on the phone till the ambos pulled up, and then these 2 friends just appeared. So fuck, where do you guys go? Like, and I had a fight with the ambulance officer about allowing the 2 of them in the ambo with me because they were like, no, we've got too many people. I was like, well, fuck this, then I'm not going. And they allowed one of them, like 2 of them, to be in the ambo with me to go to the hospital. Got to the hospital, and then they were trying to check me in and asking for Medicare numbers or whatever, and I started like headbutting the wall behind me, and they're like, oh, we think you'd be agitated, we're going to put you in a quiet room.
Were you smashed?
Yeah. Yeah. I was like, quiet room? I'll show you fucking quiet room. They're like, oh, we'll take your shoelaces and your belt just in case you hurt yourself. So I just stripped everything off and threw it at them. Said, you fucking have it all then. Fuck yous. It was just a white Besser block room with a fucking bit of foam mattress on the floor. That was it. It was just, and a door. And so I just went mental. I was headbutting the wall, kicking and punching the wall, running from one side to the other, jumping into the wall. And just wanted to ring Dad. And they wouldn't let me. I don't know. I just figured he must have been able to calm me down or whatever. So like, you can fucking call him. Like, here's his phone number, shouting at him or whatever. And security guard poked his head in. I was making a bit of a ruckus and being a bit loud, and I remember telling him, like, you know what I'm getting out of here? It's when I break through this fucking wall and tear your head off. And he sort of just letting him just sort of step backwards and close the door. just let me keep going spastic. I was in there for about an hour and a half. And the doctor came in and he handed me a phone, not just his phone, off his fucking thing, and I rang Dad. And as soon as I spoke to him for 5 minutes, hung up, I just sat down. And then they were like, all right, you've calmed down, we'll put you in a bed. Put me in a bed, wheeled me around the corner, I rang the ship and whatever, and told them that was about the PO medic. And that was, I think, about 7:30, 8 o'clock in the morning. They breathed me. And I blew 0.18. And
What time did you stop drinking?
Went to hospital 11:30.
Fuck you know.
Yeah. People were like, oh, you would have blacked out. I was like, no, but I very clearly fucking remember what happened. And yeah, the PO medic was there at 8 o'clock, went back to the ship because it was a work day. It was a fucking Friday, so I was meant to be at work. So that was when my other mate left. He was like, we were in dry dock, I think. He was like, I've got to go because I've got to go to work. And he must have told the med or whatever, and he come and saw me. Hospital wasn't releasing me, so he went back to the ship, then come back and picked me up at about 9:30, 10. We were in off-watch. Went to the off-watch facility. The engineer and the charge, I think, go home 5 days, don't want to fucking see you. Found out later the CEO of the ship tried to charge me for being AWOL. It's like, you're a fucking cunt. Are you serious? And that was when the downhill slide with me in the Navy happened. I was like, wow, I've got a serious problem here, and you wanted to charge me for being late to work when I was locked up in a fucking mental institution.
Yeah.
You're a piece of shit.
Do you know what? Did you feel it coming? Did you feel like you were spiraling?
No. And that was the thing. I was just thought I was king of the world, just partying and living a great life and drinking, and everyone wanted to know me because I'd fucking get everyone in anywhere for free. And the strip club were sister clubs with the Gilligan's Backpackers, the big backpackers up there. So the guy that used to be DJ for us also worked at Gilligan's, so you'd always just shake hand and get in and get drink cards off him or whatever, and just people from Gilligan's would come over to the strip club on their breaks, and we just let them in and give them a drink or whatever while they were having a half an hour break. And when the strip club closed at 3, because lockout was 3, we'd as a staff all go over to Gilligan's, get walked through the backpackers and through a fucking security exit and whatever, and just pop out on the dance floor because couldn't be seen by security cameras walking in late. Just shit like that. It was just, yeah. And I thought I was king.
Obviously,
something snapped.
You're hiding it from yourself, even.
Yeah, just hiding it from everyone. Everyone just thought I was just a partier, and I was just hiding all these fucking demons. And I don't know what triggered it that night. I was just out, and just snapped.
So what was the? You go home for a week, and
he just went home for a week and drank.
Yeah, I was going to say what fucking
didn't fucking stop anything. Come back to work and went and started doing some psychology visits, and then also because of my range of drinking, they're like, "Oh, we think you got a problem. We got to send you," because they classed it as a drinking incident. So they didn't end up charging me for being AWOL. Just gave me put a drinking incident on my record, and so I had to go to OATP, which is outpatient alcohol and something program, tobacco program, something. It was 5 days where you just went and sat in a room and talked about how good drinking was and what drugs are like. People that have been caught with drugs or whatever, they had to go there too. So there was about 12 of us in this room just talking about drinking and drugs. Fucking 5 days. I used to go home and go drinking because I've been talking about it all day. I was like, fuck.
Fucking making me thirsty.
Yeah, fuck. They threatened about breatho on us. They never did, which was good. And we had to go to an AA meeting one night. And that was confronting, going to an AA meeting and listening to some of their stories and stuff like that. But we walked out of the AA meeting and I got picked up by a mate and went to the pub. I was like, fuck, all these poor cunts talking about fucking can't drink anymore. I'm fucking can't have a beer. It's making me depressed. Fuck. And so started seeing a psych on top of that. And And then
self-administered or
because
voluntold?
Defence Force told, and I think Connect was the rehabilitation mob or whatever that put me in touch with this psych. We sort of worked through some things and whatever, and pretty fortunate. That was when I stopped talking to Dad and the whole family, and reconciled with Madeline, my first wife. I was still drinking and whatever, and working at the strip club and stuff like that. But then got to like go down and meet my daughter, and started like trying to mend the relationship with Madeline. I don't even know how it happened. We obviously had a bit of a blue or something during the week because she was still living in Brizzy. I think she'd come up for like a week or something. This might have been before she came up. Yeah, we'd had a blue, and I'd sort of just gone fucking Operation Silent, just wasn't answering my phone or whatever, and then just at the strip club working, and she fucking fronted at the door. And the security's like, Zeke, you're going to come outside. She's there fucking ranting and raving. I was like, fuck. I was like, righto, like, there's a kid in my unit, like, just fucking go home. I'll be home when work's over, like, can't have you be near. And she was like, nah. So she came in and then just sat with the owner and drank with him for the night. I nearly fucking punched on with the bloke because he came over and touched her. Well, might have been that might have been the Friday. And then the Saturday night she came to work with me again. Just started talking to the strippers and whatever. I'd never slept with any of the strippers. I was big on not fucking shitting where you eat. Didn't want the drama. Different now. My wife and I, we work together as teachers, but a bit more grown up, I think. So she came to work the second night and was just sitting at one of the tables and chatting to one of the strippers. And this bloke come over and just put his hand like on her lower back and started talking to her. I fucking saw red. Like, we threw him down the front stairs and kicked him out.
It's usually a strip club there. Any girls fair game there.
Yeah, correct. So
what? He doesn't even know what happened. He's at the bottom of the stairs going,
poor bloke just went for a trip. But yeah, then we sort of mended relationships, and she went home, and a couple of weeks later she moved back up there with our daughter. And during that time, I thought it was a smart idea to ask my boss, so the chief engineer, if I could work the second job at the strip club. And obviously it's a big fat fucking no.
Work the second job?
Yeah, so in the Defence Force you can work a second job, you just got to get approval.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so I went, I was like, I'll do the right thing, I'll ask. And they were like, fuck no. Like, if that joint gets raided and you're there, like, they don't have a good name. Like, think about it like sailor caught in raid at strip club or whatever. I was like, yeah, whatever. So I fucking, of course, I kept working there. And my chief came in one night and saw me working there, and so reported me. So yeah, at that point, Madeline moved back up with Lily. That happened, and the ship was meant to sail. So we'd just come out of dry dock. Ship's going to sail. So I said to Madeline and Lily, like, you go back to your parents. Like, Lily's only fucking 2 months old. Like, you don't need to be up here with no support with a brand new baby, whatever. So packed them up, flew them back down to Brizzy. And then for like 3 or 4 weeks, every day we went to work. We got into the cafe, in the mess. Yep, guys, this morning report. Yeah, we're not sailing today. We're sailing tomorrow. We haven't got, and because I was in the communication center, I knew it. We had a vibration. So we got 2 shafts. We had a vibration in one and we couldn't use it. And the CO was waiting for fleet command approval for us to do it. So for 3 fucking weeks, guys were saying goodbye to their kids and everything, catching cabs to work. It's become an ongoing joke at the pub in the afternoon. I'd turn up and they're going, fuck, you didn't sail again today. That's fucking interesting, isn't it? And so by the end of the 3 weeks, I'd had enough. So I'd done the outpatients thing, and part of the outpatients thing was I had to keep a drink diary for 3 months. So I did that. Exactly what I drank. And the Chief Daniels, or fuck, whatever her name was. I think she was an officer or something. I don't know. Daniels was her last name. So yeah, after 3 weeks of it, I was just very angry because I wasn't seeing my daughter, giving up all this time on whatever, and I was very bitter with the Navy. I was going to the psych. I was still struggling with my drinking, everything like that. So I just went to the PO med and I said, if that fucking spastic gets up and says that again tomorrow, this is a CO, I said, I'm going to spread his nose across his face. I said, I'm fucking done. I said, and he goes, oh, okay, like, we'll get you off the ship. I was like, yeah, righto, like, whatever. Don't care. So they gave me 2 weeks leave, and he goes, can I tell the CO why? So you fucking kidding me? You tell him why? I'm going to be up on charges, like threatening an officer. Yeah, great. So I was like, no, you can't tell him why. So they gave me 2 weeks off. First week was fine, and then they ring me on the Sunday or something and said, oh, you've got a front to work tomorrow. The CO thinks it's like last time, like you're suicidal, because I obviously didn't tell him the reason. So you got to front up to work every day to say you haven't killed yourself. So I was fucking late because Sunday night drinks. So I was late to work, and I blew over because they went, oh, we're also breath testing you. I went, fuck, well, I'm over. I think I blew 0.048 or something when I first got there, and sit down for 20 minutes, and then blew 0.03. And they were like, oh, we got to escort you off the base because you're over 0.02. You'd be risky. Do you realise you were probably over when you came to work? And I said, do you realise I'm going for fuck? Look, I'm going home to bed. Went and got on my dirt bike and did a big fucking wheelie past the front of the base and went home. Went to bed. But I was struck too. That was drinking incident number 2.
No.
So a couple of weeks later was the end of my 3 months, and fronted to the Daniels and gave her my drink diary, and I still remember the look on her face. She was fucking shocked.
That was a lot.
She opened up and she go, so you had to write, how'd you feel before you started drinking? How'd you feel when you finished drinking? How many drinks did you have? And how much did it cost you? So, I don't know, 4 or 5 days a week, it was, how'd you feel before you started drinking? Happy. How'd you feel when you finished drinking? Drunk. How many drinks did you have? 22. What did it cost you? $45. She goes, what do you mean? I said, well, that's a bottle of rum. You drink a whole fucking bottle of rum. I was like, yeah, and it's got 22 standard drinks in it. And then come Thursday, Friday, Saturday night, how'd you feel before you started drinking? Like tired or happy or whatever. How'd you finish when you finished? Drunk. How many drinks you have? Unknown. How much did it cost you? Nothing. Well, what's this? Oh, I drink for free at the strip club. So I don't know how many fucking drinks I had. It cost me nothing. Like, so she didn't know what to do with herself. She didn't know, because I was honest, what to do. She fucking had no clue. So yeah, I was off the ship. I'd had a second drinking incident. So they're like, oh, you can't be above the Tropic of Capricorn here anymore because there's a drinking culture in Cairns and Darwin. So you got to go south.
There's a drinking culture in the fucking Navy.
Yeah. More of a party backpacker culture in Cairns and Darwin. So if you apparently if you have 2 drinking incidents, you can't live up there.
Oh, true.
Yeah. So I think that's just an excuse to fucking, when they want to get rid of someone. Oh, yep, nah, 2 strokes, you got to go. So back to Canberra I went, same place. And I made friends with the chief coxswain there. Went and did some work at his house, installed a fucking Foxtel point or something. And then he comes to me one day and he goes, oh, you got 2 charges. What do you fucking mean 2 charges? He goes, you got one for being AWOL and late. So when's this from? He told me the date and I told him what happened, and he goes, yeah, righto. Tomorrow I'm going to come to you and I'm going to ask you to record an interview. And he goes, just tell me no. All right. And he goes, because any investigator will find something to get you fucking guilty on. Like, just, so next day he fronts up, Zeke Field. Yep. At this point, like, as a greenie, I've got a top secret security clearance and we're working in the communication centre. They'd taken that off me. I was just the desk bitch. I wasn't allowed inside.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I was, he comes up and he gets his briefcase out and in the little smoker room and gets the recorder out and press start, and he goes, I'm Chief Petty Officer or whatever, and do you confirm you're leading seaman ET Field? I was like, I do. And he goes, do you be willing to participate in a voice recorded interview? I was like, I don't. And thank you very much. Click, and fucking packs it all up and leaves. And so, oh no, it wasn't AWOL. It was working, it was a heap of charges actually. It was working whilst on sick leave, disobeying a direct order, having a second job, and late for work. And he goes, well, how are you going to, what's your evidence to fight these charges? And I said, well, it wasn't working. I didn't work there. They sold those shirts I was wearing. And I was just a courteous customer that took my glass back to the bar. So I rang my old boss and he goes, yeah, right. So he rings them and they go, do you have a Zeke Field working for you? He goes, Zeke who? Fucking nope. They're squashed. And it was said that anyone else like that ever walks in here, because that was from my chief walking in. Anyone else ever like that walks in here, you fucking tell us and we'll just kick him straight out. Yeah, so they had down there, back down to Canberra. Madeline was pregnant with our second kid then, so we'd reconciled our marriage and we both moved back down there. And that was an ordeal because we bloody Cyclone Yasi was coming when we were moving. So uplift day was the day that Yasi hit, so that didn't happen. Our cars got dropped off a couple of days before that. I had a bike and Madeline's car, and then we still had my car there to drive. So her parents started freaking out. So we're like, well, fuck, we'll get her on a flight out of here and I'll stay. Like, no flights. So we hopped in the car and drove the 19 hours from Cairns straight to Sunshine Coast. So that was her and Lily were safe. And then we sat there, Yasi hit. It hit south or whatever. Roads were all closed. And when you're in a place that's been hit by a natural disaster and you're in the Defence Force, you're not allowed to fucking leave. So I'm stressed. Like, I'm like, fuck, they're going to call me to be like, oh, we need you to come and clear roads, or I fucking can't get home. I can't get there. I can't get to Mount Sheridan from fucking Caloundra like in half an hour. So I tried everything. I rang Amberley Air Force Base to see if they were sending a fucking plane up there. All these things to try and lie my way through getting back up there. The airport still wasn't open, so I couldn't. So I went, fuck it. And I drove back up. And all the roads were open, luckily. Then I sat in my fucking unit for 3 days with no power. Just sat there, staring at the wall. And because we'd reconciled and whatever, I like drinking it pretty well, like close to stopped. It was one of the non-negotiables for getting back together.
Yeah, right.
So yeah, just sat there. Otherwise, probably would have just drank for 3 days. But yeah, just sat there watching stuff on a laptop and then going to find places that had power to charge that. And then yeah, uplift happened. But I remember I was halfway through the removal and the real estate turned up to do our exit interview, like exit walk around. And they're like, "You meant supposed to be out." I said, "Are you fucking kidding me? Like, I've sent you email after email. Like, I've asked you how much is it. Like, we can't go anywhere. Like, what do you want us to do?" So yeah, paid the extra 3 days in rent, and bond cleaners came and cleaned the joint up and whatever. And then that removal truck drove out and I drove back to Brisbane again. And because we'd separated when we did, Madeline had all her stuff moved to her parents' house. So 2/3 of our house was at her parents' house. And because the Navy was moving us from Cairns back to Canberra, we had to fund our own move. So part of the uplift this time I actually had to spend on moving. So I then drove my car, because her car was at her parents' house as well. We had 2 cars because we cancelled, like, it's just a shit fight. Then I drove my car to Canberra, stopped in Dubbo for the night, so it was like 10 hours, stopped in Dubbo, drove to Canberra, picked up a 3-ton Pantech truck, drove it straight back, loaded it, then got like her and our daughter in her car and her mum, and me in the truck. We drove back to Canberra. And by Gundawindi, I was fucking falling asleep. So we stopped at one of their relatives' house in Gundawindi, had like 3 or 4 hours sleep. And then we finished and we drove to Canberra and started unpacking the house. And then returned the truck and whatever. And yep, that was happy days in Canberra. As charges happened, they got squashed. And the drinking diary finally caught up with me. They were like, we think you need to go to rehab. Like inpatients rehab at RAF Base Richmond.
You'd already stopped drinking by this stage, but
yeah. So yeah, I'd curbed all that. So I was like, yep, no worries. Like, that's what I got to do. So I went to
you
RAF.
wanted to stay in?
Yeah. I still at that point was still a little, like, didn't know what was going to happen. Like, that was my 5th year. Like, I'd just finished my 5th year into my last year. So knowing that Dad got dishonourable discharge, I didn't want that. So I didn't want to get kicked out. I wanted to finish my time or whatever. And so yeah, went to RAF Base Richmond, which was an interesting thing. I thought it was my 21st. I think it was my 22nd birthday in a rehab facility, hospital, getting blood pressure every 4 hours and whatever, and obs, and because some guys turn up, they're fucking drunk. So yeah, spent 3 days there, and then we started the therapy side of it. Like you move from the hospital into the facility, and they take everything off you, like face wash, anything that's got any sort of alcohol in it, like it was all taken off you, and then you're like a group home, being like back in recruit school. We'd have like one-on-one therapy sessions, group therapy sessions, and then go on little excursions to AA meetings at night. And we do PT in the mornings. And yeah, that was it. That was life. And I was meant to be there for a month. I think it lasted 4 or 5 days, and that was it. The boys, because I'm quite confrontational, the boys really liked it that I was there with. Like some of the boys needed to be there. Like there was boys that were drinking metho from under their sink and stuff like that. There was some alcoholics, like guys that couldn't, like they would not buy grog, and then they'd be find something and drinking fucking cooking wine and then metho and like just stuff like that. I was like, no, that's not me. And this one group counsellor walked in, and one of the first things he said was, "You're all the same. You're all the same problem. You're all the same." And I went, "Fucking hold up." I said, "You don't know us." He goes, "Yeah, I do. You're all the same." I said, "You're a fucking dick. Like, we've all got different stories, different backgrounds, different this is whatever." And I just had a big fucking blow up argument with him, and that was the session over. And then, the lieutenant commander or whatever she was, the Navy chick at the time, come in the next day and was like, "All right, there's some of you's taking this seriously, there's some of you's not taking this seriously. Like, you can survive the 4 weeks here and not be given it all, and we fail you on the course, and then you've got to suffer the repercussions when you go back to your unit or whatever. So if you don't want to be here, just fucking come and tell us, and you whatever." I walked out. She walked out of the meeting, walked straight in her office, and said, "I don't want to be here." She went, "Fuck, you were the last person we thought was going to leave.
Oh, really?
You're actually buying in and like contesting things we're saying and talking properly and whatever, like the other guys are just skating through." And I was like, "Nah, I'm done. I'm not an alcoholic. I'm going home." And because I said I had a heap of grog at home, they fucking locked me in the hospital for the weekend. And then I flew out on the Monday to go home. They're like, "What are you going to do when you go home?" I said, "Oh, I'm fucking having a drink. Like, got nothing but talk about it for a week." So like, "Nah, you're a risk when you go home." I was like, "Well, what's stopping me drinking on Monday when I get home?" And I still remember the cabbie picked me up and he goes, "Oh, mate, if you had told me, I would have bought you a sick pack." I was like, "Yeah, thanks, mate." I didn't realise I was picking you up from a rehab. Like, so yeah, went back, and that that pretty much concluded my time in the Navy because
it was mandated and you left.
Yeah, by then I was real bitter. I had just real angry with the whole joint. Like I'd lost my security clearance. I wasn't allowed to do my job. I'd been sent to rehab. They didn't really care about the mental health side of it and the side that I tried to kill myself and all that. That was sort of just fucking brush on the carpet. It's, "Nah, you're drunk. You're a drink problem. That's your problem. And we'll fix that and you'll be right. You'll be back to being a model soldier and sailor and we can get you back on the ship." And I was like, this isn't the problem. Like, fuck you guys. Like, there's other stuff going on here. Like, so yeah, I made it my mission to get out early. So I put in.
You have a 6-year Rosso?
Yeah, I had a 6-year Rosso, and I put in early discharge with no pay. I was applying for like 50 jobs a day, and I got one. I flew home to Brizzy from Canberra, did a job interview. They gave me the job. They said, "When's your start date?" I said, "Fuck, I don't know. I'll find out as soon as I can." Went back to Canberra and did everything I could to try and get out. It was, I'd already done my health and safety stuff while I was in. I'd RPL'd that. It was dodgy as anything. Sent my service record and $1,400 to some bloke, and he sent me back a diploma in safety and a Cert 4 in training and assessing. That was it. I was off to the mines. I could look out. So I got a job with a mining company and just based in Brizzy. Yeah, so put in leave without pay till discharge, request for compassionate early discharge, something else. And I was hearing nothing, and I was just getting more and more bitter. And I basically said to my chief one day, who was a mate of mine, we played lawn bowls together. I said to him, "I'm just going to get a fucking head office, just sitting there until someone can't talk to me." If you can't do that, that's against the rules. I said, what are they going to do? Fucking kick me out? That's what I want. Like, I'm just going to fucking go there until the Chief of Navy fucking has a chat with me and fucking deals with this. Like, I'm done. I'm out. I want to go home. I've had enough of this shit. Like, get me the fuck out of here. And then I got called to the CO's office of the base. Like, oh, what is it this time? Went down there and he goes, for refusing treatment of your illness, my alcohol dependency illness, for refusing treatment, so not finishing the rehab, there's a retention not in the interest of the Navy. We don't think it's right for you to stay. And I went, right. I said, that means you pay my removal home, doesn't it? And he goes, oh, you'd have to check with the chief rider. So I went, oh, can we do that? He goes, yeah. So I walked out. And the chief rider said, RNIN means you guys pay the removal, doesn't it? Because early leave or whatever, they didn't pay it. And he goes, yeah, it does later. I went, cool. Walked back in, took the paper, signed it, slid it across and said, when can I leave? He was like, you don't want to think about it? I said, fuck no. And so I went from, I got retention not in the interest of the Navy.
So you failed the not following in the old man's footsteps?
Nah, he was dishonourably discharged.
Same thing, isn't it?
Nah. So retention not in the interest of the Navy is like med discharge. You're just not psychologically right. You're not fit. Dad was punched a lieutenant in the face, spending 89 days in Holsworthy, and then fucking see you later. Don't come back. Mine's a little bit different. So yes, I didn't finish my 6 years, and that's probably some of the side of it that I had the struggle with being in and being that I was a fucking failure because I didn't do my 6 years, and they were handing out so much money to stay around back then too that I never took hold of any of that money and set myself up. But so got RNIN and so went sort of skipped back up to fucking work, booked my removal and all this sort of stuff, and then took all of my leave I could and submitted it, and my warrant officer declined it. So what do you mean? He goes, if your other stuff's not through, you won't come back. So you don't know that? He goes, yep, you won't come back. No, I'm not going to approve it. So I stewed for about an hour or so, and then must have been like a week prior or something, we had some talk about the warrants of the Navy and what he's there for, and now he's all for the sailor, and so I just fucking rang him. An hour later, my leave was approved. And that warrant officer never spoke to me again. Because he rang him and said, what are you fucking doing? You can't tell him that he's not going to come back. Like, he's applied for leave. He's not mentally right. Like, fuck, let him go. Like,
oh, nice.
Yeah, so then, less than a week later, I was back in Brizzy. Working that job, still on leave, so still getting 2 paychecks. That was good for a while. And then they'd finished all my paperwork. So when you get RNIN, like, it goes through lawyers and fucking everything to make sure that I can't then sue them for kicking me out unfairly or anything like that. Like, they're the legal team's got to read through it all and double check everything. And they rang me and goes, oh, yep, it's all gone through. Your final date, it's like 2 days after my leave finished. It's like, fuck. So as soon as I got off the phone to them, rang my mate that was the chief, who was my chief while I was still in there. And he goes, Fieldy, I already know about it. I've already signed off on it. You don't have to come back. Because they were allowed to give 2 days discretion leave. So he'd fucking done it already. It's like, I don't even want to hear about this argument.
Fly back for 2 days.
Yeah. So yeah, then I was out. That was me done.
And how was that? You felt happy at the time?
Yeah, felt relieved. Felt that shit part was over. Life's going to be great now. Second kid was born and fat, dumb and happy. Yeah, making half decent money, and then went from working in an office to working FIFO and making stupid money.
When was this?
Fucking spending stupid money.
What year was this?
2012. Yeah, so after I was born, I started working FIFO in construction. So for Lang O'Rourke, I started with. Building a mine called Cavill Ridge up at was Lang O'Rourke first? I mean, Thies first. No, I think it was Lang O'Rourke first out building a camp for Origin Energy out near Wandoan, like Chinchilla Way. So doing that, 11 days on, 3 days off. That was hard.
Yeah, it's fucked.
Yeah. I don't do 3 days off. Like, the Sunday was the day you went back to work to start on Monday. We had it better, though, because I was staff, not a worker. So staff flew, whereas workers were on the bus.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, so we'd fly home on the Thursday afternoon. Like we'd do like a half day, drive into Roma and fly home. So we're home Thursday night, Friday night, Saturday night, and then Sunday afternoon we'd fly back and then get into camp Sunday night. But yeah, that was a shit roster. But it got me foot in the door. Did that for maybe, I don't know, 6 months. And then I got a job with Lango Raw, kind of 2 weeks on, 1 week off, up at Moranbah. That was much better. Yeah, and all we did was fucking holiday when I was at home. Like, we had a third kid, and wasn't anything to be home for a week and spend $8,000. Like,
Fuck, yeah.
let's go to the Gold. Like, none of the kids were in school, so we'd go to the Gold Coast and stay at the what was you call it? The bloody Paradise Resort, where you get 4 hours of free daycare a day, so we could go and have lunch or something. And we go to fucking Harbour Town and spend shitloads of money. We'd like, oh, it was dumb. Looking back, like, it's just wasted so much fucking money. Yeah, and then
you had a property portfolio by now?
Oh fuck, especially the prices back then. Fuck, could have had heaps. Still living with none. Then yeah, Madeline and I had a fourth kid.
Fucking hell.
Yeah,
pumping them out.
Yeah, we had 4 under 5. So
yeah, right.
Well,
so there was you're still off the alcohol and feeling all right?
Yeah, like working FIFO, like you might get at some camps was like you had 2 drinks a day, that was it, and whatever. Like, and I then started to suffer depression-wise, being away from the family and like just being locked up in a box, work 12 hours a day, locked up in a box, sort of thing. Yeah, started to suffer real bad. Just tried to hide it. Got into powerlifting, and strongman stuff with Muscle Hut and Scott Hitwell up on the Sunny Coast. Used to train with him when I was home, and then he'd have me on a thing to do when I was away. So yeah, sort of got into that. Did a couple of novice strongman events and things like that, and yeah, was happy with my progress along there. And it made my extra life really shitty. But one year, I took the dog tag that they take off you and kick in your teeth. Your 2 dog tags, like the one that they kick up in your teeth when you fucking die. So yeah, I took that and framed it, and wrote a little message or whatever about if it wasn't for him, that'd probably be fucking buried in my head and whatever, and gave it to him.
Who'd you give it to?
It's to Scott from the gym. Because basically I was like, he fucking saved my life. Like, I was in a real dark place in the gym.
Your ex-wife was upset about it. So.
Yeah, that should be for the kids, that stuff. You can't just go fucking giving that away to anybody.
Yeah. Get another one.
Go to the Q store. Just take one a day. It's pretty much the same. Just change the D to a Z. Yeah, so yeah, he really turned my life around. I was going through some dark times with the FIFO, and yeah, gym was sort of what I was spending 2 hours a day in the gym. Like, so yeah, drinking and everything wasn't an issue, but trying to think why I stopped the gym. I don't remember what happened, but I think I probably got in trouble by my ex-wife for spending too much time there or whatever. Like, it was when I was at work, she was a single mum, and when I was at home, it was basically I was a single dad. Like, fucking, I had to do it all for 2 weeks when you're away. There's the washing, you're making meals, you're doing everything. Like, so you never got a break, and that really like just wore me out. And then yeah, did other FIFO jobs. Ended up with a roster with Origin Energy on 2 weeks on, 2 weeks off. That was cruisy, but still spent a lot of money. We made $280,000 that year, and still had nothing to show for it. Paid about $60,000. Like, became debt free, but yeah, still just wasted money, like you wouldn't believe. And then the contractor that I was working for Origin, Origin decided to bring everyone in house, so I ended up getting a job with them. So I dropped down to $160,000 a year. And then it got to a point where one of my 2 week stints to come home, my ex-wife told me not to come home.
Not to come back to your home?
Yeah.
With her?
Yeah. And that, I just went and stayed with a friend for 2 weeks, then went back to work. And so I was 6 weeks out seeing the kids and whatever. And then during that 2 week period, I was very lost and whatever. And I started texting, like, found a Sheila and started texting her. Nothing happened. Like we never met up, nothing, anything like that. We just text and I sort of used her to vent to and
What do you
have
mean,
someone
found
to
it on an app or something?
Yeah, it's like I was on a website or something. We swapped phone numbers and it was like it was yeah, something. Yeah, so I started texting her for like the 2 weeks. Then back at work, shitty reception, so I didn't or whatever. And then just like was able to come back home, never talked to her again. It was like nothing happened. And this was in like I think like August of 2016. That might have been a little bit before that, maybe June, July. And then Madeline said, I don't want you working away anymore. I can't do it. Can't do it with 4 kids, all that sort of stuff. Like, you need to come home. I was like, right, look, let's work it out.
So she was upset that you were FIFO.
Yeah, we'd done FIFO for like 5 years. So she was up. She'd had enough of being a single mum, basically. She said, like, I want you at home. I need help, whatever. I was like, sweet, like, no worries.
That don't come home thing was a little trial run of you not being there at all.
Well, I don't know. Can't do.
Just want to time off.
Yeah, I don't know whether we'd had I didn't have the kids in that 2 weeks or anything. Like she still had them. Like I don't know what the reasoning behind it was. I can't tell you. I don't. Yeah, and then I came home while I was working FIFO because obviously 180 grand or 160 wasn't enough money. So I went and did a mortgage broking course and just started writing car loans for boys that were working in the mines so they could go home and pick their brand new car up and I'd get a commission out of it. Because my FIFO job was busy for 2 hours in the morning and an hour in the arvo. So then I had 9 hours to kill during the day. I was watched a lot of YouTube. Yeah, and then you just write guys like refinance their house loans or write them car loans or just all sorts of shit. And they come back in to get their permit. I'll be like, oh, I need a photo of your license. Get that. You got that here? Yep, get that out. I need fucking last 2 pay slips, and I need this from the bank or whatever. The next morning they bring it in, and I just keep back away phone doing that car loans. Had all the resources, printers, fucking scanners, all that sort of stuff. I didn't have to pay for anything. Fucking great. So yeah, I started applying for jobs doing that. I got a job with GJ Gardner Homes. They just started a mortgage.
Fuck yeah, you've got through some fucking jobs.
Yeah, they just started a home loan writing thing to help all their franchises. So I was running out of the head office. So yeah, got a job with them. So quit FIFO, got a job with them.
Was your sort of leadership position in the Navy as a leading seaman helping you get these sort of jobs, or?
No, I don't really think so. I think it was just. It was a bit of a shit deal that I learnt later on. So they found someone that didn't really know what the industry was about and fucking gave them a job because they were fucking us over a bit with the paycheck. So not long after I left them, like maybe 6-8 months after I left, they fucking folded up. Yeah. So they had a few brokers working for them there for a while. Like we probably had 5 or 6 of us, like 3 or 4 in head office, a couple on the Goldie and one out to Toowoomba or something like that. But yeah, sort of was doing that. It was great. They looked after the staff pretty well. Like Christmas party was a fucking degustation dinner, and they paid for the cab ride home from Mooloolaba back to Beerwale. It was like $250 cab ride. Yeah, it was good. Just living the office life and whatever. And then we were brought in Centrelink saying that she was a single mum and we'd split because they weren't paying me enough for me to be home. Like while we're trying to adjust to this new lifestyle, and then. Over the Christmas break, it wasn't even the Christmas break, sorry, it was the day before Australia Day, so the 25th of Jan 2017. Madeline tried to throw a leg over and I was like, no, I'm tired. I just want to go to sleep. So I went to sleep and then my phone buzzed. And I woken up half an hour later. It was that chick from fucking 6 months earlier that I'd texted me and said, hey, how you doing? And I never thought anything of it, and I never deleted anything out of my phone. So she went back and had read all this conversation that I had with this chick, and yeah, told me to get the fuck out. Yeah,
right. That was the last time.
Yeah, packed all my clothes and a few things into my little Honda Jazz, and went and slept in the Honda Jazz for the night. And then
Honda Jazz.
Yep.
You're making fucking hundreds of thousands of dollars and you bought a fucking Honda Jazz.
Yep. Yeah. And then went and
what are you doing fucking... So you're on a 2-week swing.
Yeah.
And then as you're about to come back, she's like, fucking don't come home. So you go to a Airbnb or something.
No, just the mate's house.
I go to a mate's house. And you were like, fuck this bitch. I'm just going to talk to someone else.
Yeah.
Just without even finding out why she wanted you out of there. It's a bit of a fucking dumb cunt move.
Yeah. But looking back on it, like I was not in a good way, and if I was still with her, I'd probably be dead. So,
Okay.
there was a point, like when I was doing FIFO, one day I'd like texted her parents and said, look after her and the kids for me, and then just turn my phone off.
Oh, yeah.
4 hours later, I could knock on the door from the fucking boss man of the mine site. You all right? Yeah, just fucking had dinner. What's going on? She had no contacts where I was, so she rang the fucking police. And the police contacted Origin's after hours number, and they fucking found out where I was and got onto the site. And he was like, they were getting ready to bring a helicopter in to fly me home. I was in a fucking dark place.
You guys were together since you were kids, though, I guess. So
Yeah, since 18.
yeah, young love, young parents. You got that whole sort of learning life together, and
Yeah, well, so you got to get your first marriage out of the way pretty quick so you can enjoy your second one.
Still waiting for mine.
What, second one or enjoyment? One you enjoy.
Second one.
Yeah.
Second one that I can enjoy.
Yeah. So then I went and slept in the office the next day because of public holiday. So I just got to sneak in there and sleep for the day. And then sort of told some people at work what had happened, and one of the ladies there said, so her and her husband were together. He still lived in Stanthorpe, and she came to the sunny coast for her kids' last few years at high school and whatever to not give them the country life and to try and, like, she didn't want to be in the country life anymore and whatever. And so she was like, I've got a spare room, like, you can stay there and as long as you need. So hats off to Sandra, thanks very much. Like, she really fucking helped me. So I stayed there and finished working at GJ Gardner and got a job just at Westpac Bank because GJ's was a commission-based pay. So you just got to, like, when you got a job at a bank and got a flat pay. And things were all right. Like, I was seeing the kids 2 or 3 times a week and going over and looking after the kids so she could go and fucking root some bloke or whatever. Like, I just took it as any excuse to be able to go and see the kids. Like, I'd just go there and see the kids. Like, I was like, I don't give a fuck. Like, if you're on a date, I'll come and look after the kids. So that way I get to see them and spend time with them. So doing that until the day I told her I'm going on a date. And fuck, it all changed.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so I wasn't hurting anymore. I was moving on. So I didn't get to see the kids for 6 months.
Oh, fair.
Accused me of touching her youngest daughter. She finally come clean about it, but I knew about it as soon as it happened because I saw the email that the doctor sent her with all the stuff that he'd written about their appointment. And
to get like a DVO or something.
Yeah, I don't know what her plan was because it never went, like, Child Protective Services, ABOs, DVO, nothing ever came of it. I don't know whether she worked out that maybe I'd stop fucking giving her money or something if that happened. Like, so she stopped me from seeing the kids. So I was like, well, why the fuck am I here? So I went down a pretty dark spiral again, and I was seeing this chick, and she was like, oh, I think about moving back to Toowoomba. So fuck, I'll come with you. I moved up to Toowoomba, didn't have a job, tried to get money through Centrelink. First time in my life been unemployed. That was a fucking rigmarole. The only thing I got out of them was I had to go to Centrelink, then went across the road to this job agency and sit through this hour talk about what it's like to be unemployed and how you got to go and apply for jobs. And if you're really struggling, like you need a car for work and whatever, then we can help out with paying your rego. And my fucking rego was due. So I went home and got it and brought it back, and they paid 6 months rent on my car for me. And then Centrelink turned me down, wouldn't give me any money.
Oh, true.
I was like, fuck, what do I do? Ringing child support? I'm like, I've got nothing. Like,
how can they fucking turn you down?
I don't know what their reason was because I had I was a sole trader and had to do tax returns and all, like, just shit that I hadn't done. So it was probably my own fault. Like, didn't have the right account stuff and whatever for my business, and because I never actually traded in it. So, so I just got on Gumtree and everything and tried to find a job in Toowoomba. Couldn't find one in Toowoomba and ended up in a job in this little fucking town called Thallon, which is like 4 hours west of Gundawiddy. Between St. George and a place called Mungandai. The only thing in Thallon's fucking 6 hours of school and a pub. And we were about 20 minutes out of Thallon. So, yeah, packed up some stuffs and went and lived out on a cattle and cotton farm. About 3 weeks after that, so the girlfriend, we should probably break up. It's probably not going to work. And then came back and packed all my shit up in the house and moved it into a storage unit. Like, she didn't burn any of it down or anything like that. So yeah, this was on the farm, working 15 hours a day, driving tractors and sleeping not much and get paid per hour. So that's why I was sort of working fucking 15. Like, I think my biggest week was 126 hours or something.
Fuck.
It was easy to do during harvest, like, because you were basically just, they want to get the wheat in, you fucking dew points right, get going, like, get into it, and don't stop until we fucking tell you. So your lunchbox was in the tractor and you fucking just ate while you're driving and just needed to shit. You pulled up at the end of the road, ran to the bush, fucking jump back in and go again. But yeah, that was good. Yeah, it was okay. I think we were doing that 100 burpees a day fucking challenge when I was out there. So I was
Yeah, I remember you doing it.
jumping up hay bales and shit like that.
Tractor,
But yeah, I was just burying everything, just trying not to think about anything, not associate with anybody, just disappear out there. And then I got a phone call one day that I could see the kids again, just out of the blue. Like, so I think it might have been Christmas. So I drove in from out there. Basically, the only way to get a day off out there is when it was raining. Otherwise, fucking nothing stops. I drove in, saw the kids for like an hour and a half, 2 hours at the Landsborough Park, gave them Christmas presents and that. And then drove back out and worked again. And that cycle repeated for a couple of months. Like every 2 weeks or so, I'd fucking drive 15 hours in the day to see the kids for an hour and a half, 2 hours. And then sitting on the tractor, I was like, fuck, I can't do this forever. What am I going to do? Applied to the police force. Got to like the third round of interviews with them. Like got through their aptitude test and was sitting on the tractor doing the fucking aptitude test because it's all GPS controlled. So you're basically there to make sure that nothing clogs up the attachment and you fucking turn around at the end. So like I think the longest run we had was like a 45-minute thing. Like the host thing was staying awake. Just
right.
Fucking box like listening to music, standing up in the tractor, like fucking stretching and whatever. And yeah, fell asleep one time and hit a fence. That took me an hour and a half to fix. So you learn to not fucking do that. Set alarms on your phone so you wake up. Me and another guy talk to each other in the UHF until one day the boss comes out and goes, you know, I've got one of them in my house. Like, what do you guys say? My kids are listening to it. It's like, fuck. Sorry, mate. So yeah, got the third round of police force and then just peaked out and freaked out that I wouldn't survive on the cash they were paying for the recruit school side of it.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, nah, I can't live on that. So applied to uni to become a teacher. Got accepted straight away. And then I was like, fuck, righto, well, that starts in 3 weeks. Like, what do I got to do? So found a friend that'll let me couch surf. Sweet. Oh, no, I rang Sandra and she was going to let me come back and live with her again.
This is the one you broke up with?
No, that was the one that I gave me a house to live in when I got kicked out. So, yeah, she was like, yep, that's fine. Like, you can come back. Stay with me until you find your feet and whatever, because it's sort of short notice. Then I just got on Gumtree and found a brickies labourer's job on like a Thursday afternoon. He said, yeah, no, we'll take you on, mate. Like, you can start on Monday. I was like, yeah, righto. He goes, I've just had been trying to get someone for 2 weeks now. People say, yep, they don't fucking show up. They show up for one day and they fucking come back. And I was like, fuck, righto. So I dwelled on that for about 2 hours. And then I texted him and said, oh, mate, it's just started raining out here. I won't be able to work tomorrow. So what job site you at? I'll be there tomorrow. And then rang my boss at the farm and old mate was like, yeah, okay, no worries. Chad. And rang my boss on the farm and said, oh, I can come out and have a chat in the tractor. They drove out the paddock I was in and he goes, yeah, what's going on? I said, oh, good news and bad news. So the good news is I'm going to finish the paddock in about 40 minutes. I've got six runs to go. He goes, oh, what's the bad news? I said, I'm done, mate. I'm going
Last paddock?
Yep. I said, I just lied to him and said, I just got stuff going on with my ex-wife and the kids and I need to be on the coast.
Not really a lie.
And he fucking just made me stop the tractor and got out and just walked through the paddock for 20 minutes while I went up and fucking come back. He didn't know how to take it. He was like, fuck, 2 weeks ago he was asking us to go full time, and now he's fucking quit. And he hopped in the tractor and he goes, yeah, righto, well, we can't pay you. I said, what do you fucking mean? So it's been a week. Like, payday's fucking, time cards go in tomorrow. Yeah, but we can't pay you. I said, you fucking will. I said, I'm a fucking casual employee. You could have turned up right now and sacked me. Like, there is no fucking waiting period here. Like, this is a day by day. And so he must have rang that was a brother and sister that ran the property, and that was the sister's husband. He sort of did the farming side of it, and the other brother did the cattle. So he must have rang the chick that did the pays in HR and found out, and he goes, oh, yeah, no, we will pay you. Drop your time card in. I was like, I fucking know you'll pay me. Like, I was like, you fucking blowing this tractor up. Like, you're going to pay me my $480, I'll blow up this $300,000 fucking tractor. Like, so, yeah, went and packed my life back up out of the donga into the car and drove overnight. I finished there, like, by the time I packed it down, like 7 o'clock or something. Drove, fucking died, drove until I was tired, sleep for 20 minutes, wake up, drive. Because I'd be at Caloundra for 6:30 start with his bricklayer. Never knew what the fuck I was doing there. Rocked in, got to the big cart track about 3 a.m, so slept for a couple of hours at the big cart track at Landsborough. And then, yeah, went and started work as a brickies labourer.
Fucking hell. Was that the plan, like, to pay your way through the start of uni?
Yeah, so, yeah, did that. Did that for a little while.
Where'd you go to uni? Sunshine Coast?
Yeah, Sunny Coast Uni. Did a double degree there. And it was great because all my classes were like from 4 till 8 o'clock. So I could work all day, not have to take any time off work.
Yeah, right.
He paid us cash.
You're pretty academic too, eh?
Yeah. Paid us by cheque, actually. Didn't pay us cash. Write us out a cheque that said to cash. So then you'd have to go to the fucking Bank of Queensland, and there's not many of them around, and hand it over and they give you cash. That's fucking pain. But, yeah, I was pretty academic. Even through school, I got an OPS 7 without really trying. And
I remember fucking you forgot one of your times tables once, and when I came over to your house, your dad was making you fucking write out your times tables fucking 20 times on 20 different pages.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, it's some interesting techniques. Fuck, I'm good at them still. So you can do quick math in your head pretty regularly. Yeah, so I finished. I went through uni and met my current wife, Tash. We met on Tinder, and yeah, sort of went for a first date to had a bribey for fish and chips on the beach. Later knowing that, like, later working out that we both fucking hate the beach. Like, both hate sand or whatever, and that ended up being our first date, like, the beach. And she still doesn't live it down. She's not great on Google. We turned up there and they fucking shut.
Oh.
So we had to go into the pub across the road rather than get fish and chips. And then, yeah, there's been more than once in our relationship that she's been, I found this dessert place, let's go try this, and fucking doesn't exist anymore at all. So, like, it's just an ongoing battle. But, yeah, we've all got our strengths. So I'm in charge of directions and fucking finding places to eat.
So you finished your teaching degree?
Yeah, during my teaching degree, had a knee clean out and whatever, and so had some time off on workers' comp. And then during that time decided I wasn't going back to brickies labour, and had a mate that was part owner in a landscape company. And he was happy to put me on as a casual, and like they had about 25 crews of blokes that worked doing streetscape, so turfing and putting trees in new estates and stuff like that. So yeah, he put me on there because they said that they'd be flexible around my uni. So yeah, did that. Got into the hardscape side of it, so building all the new fences and like playground shit and gazebos and whatever, like bus shelters and stuff like that. So
yeah.
Did that for a while and got into, really tool-wise and buying my own tools and stuff, and then ended up, leaving them and starting my own business.
Oh, yeah.
As cash is king. So COVID was good.
Yeah. Fucking, you've covered some ground, mate. Gone across a few different careers, got some life skills, got some fucking technical skills.
Yeah.
Got some fucking life experience, that's for sure.
Yeah, and then only recently sort of really started to battle my demons and try and get on top of my mental health side of it.
Yeah, right. So that was sort of a bubbling and sort of managing over when you're going to uni and stuff?
Yeah, it was there, but obviously being with uni was quite busy, and my wife now, Tash, like credit to her, she saw that I wasn't right at times and really pushed me to try and speak about it. And being that person that she is, she's a fucking big talker and talks things out, whereas I'm just a shut down, fuck the world and don't want to do anything. And yeah, she sort of, we got to a point where we hit a few rocky bumps in our relationship or whatever, and we went to couples counselling, and we got to the point where it was like, right, it's fucking every Thursday night we have she's got 2 kids and I've got the 4, so we've got 50-50 custody of her too. So we don't have any kids on a Wednesday or a Thursday night. So I went, right, Thursday night every week, it's fucking us night. We check in on each other, like, how you going, what's going on, what's been going bad, what's been going good, all that sort of stuff. And that really helped me to start talking about some of the shit that went on and upbringing and views in the world, and really started to bring me out of my shell from that.
Yeah, nice. Communication, mate. Openness, vulnerability, it's the keys to success in a relationship.
Yeah, definitely. And then obviously through Anzac Day, my close friends Tash, her old man goes to Kedron Wavell every Anzac Day, and we got invited along to that, and sort of made a few friends of guys there, and they sort of, one of them, Pete in particular, put me in touch with his psychiatrist. So yeah, I've been seeing her for a while now, and she got me on all different drugs and stuff like that, and ways of coping. And we sort of decided that seeing her once a month wasn't really cutting it, so I went and picked up a psychologist as well. And so now, yeah, I'm very big on I've always been big on the mental health side of it. I suppose even through my mining days and stuff like that. Like I was worked with mates in construction and was a connector through that, and would every now and again get up and talk on Toolbox Talks about how I'd tried to take my life and how people have got to talk, and great at giving advice, but never really good at following my own advice and just sort of burying my own demons and stuff like that. But telling people, like, you got to talk about it, you got to do this, it helps. And because when I went through it and talked to the psychs, it helped. But then it was like, well, I don't do that anymore. I'll be fine. I'll stop taking my antidepressants. I'll stop talking about, oh, fucking sort this out. I'm a man. And talk about that. So yeah, I went to so now just on the path now, trying to make everything good and know how to understand myself and how to deal with emotion. And a psychologist and I've spent some time. She doesn't think I actually know what emotions are. She feels that I put this big, tough bravado on, but I'm actually a soft, caring individual. But I like to look big and scary and cover myself in tattoos and
wonder where that came from.
Cross my arms and put my sunglasses down, and people just think I'm a fucking unapproachable, scary human being. And suppose I've lost about 15 kilos this year so far, and being at about 125 kilos, you probably do look like an intimidating sort of person and unapproachable. And I don't mince words when I don't like somebody, so some people just see that side of it and
sounds familiar. Wonder where we got that from.
Yeah, no idea. No idea. But I think it also stems from my hearing loss too, which we're delving into, because in a social situation, I can't hear anything. Like, as much as I wear hearing aids and try and cover it that way, with hearing aids, I'd love to give other people a go at them. Like, they're just like little microphones. They just pick up all the background noise so much better. Like, I can hear the conversation 2 tables away, but I can't hear what the person in front of me is saying. Like, it's fucking shit. It's so frustrated going out. And so, yeah, we just don't go out. Like, I've either got to, I've learnt to deal with it and learnt to my coping mechanisms, and they're probably not the best, but I just nod and agree. When people talk to you, and you just, oh, yeah, yep. Yeah, righto. Yeah, nah, not too bad. Most people just keep fucking talking until Tash hits me and goes, they've actually asked you who you're coaching this year, or fucking what's happening? And you go, oh, fuck, yeah, no, sorry. And like, tell a bit of what they're actually asked the question on, but most people just nodding and saying, yep, they just keep fucking talking.
So looking back on your Navy career, you're proud of your service?
I am now. Yeah, it took a long time to be proud of it, and be proud that I'd signed that blank check to the country, and know that I messed up and probably would do it again. Like if I had my time over, I'd do it again. Or if war broke out and they went, fuck, we need recruits, I'd probably just go, yeah, fuck, send me. Also, my wife had me the other day and it said, like, I'd take a bullet for you. And the response was, that doesn't count because you're suicidal. Like, send me something that's meaningful. Like, so I was like, oh, well.
Okay,
I sent some pretty messed up ones to her. So
some dark humour in that house.
Oh, very, very dark. I said it to my psych yesterday. I told her that one. I told her that every time I say something, because I use humour a lot to deflect, that one time I was using humour, and my psychologist starts writing stuff down. I think the bitch is stealing my jokes. She just laughed at me and she goes, we're actually recording them. I don't actually write anything down. They voice record all their sessions. So I was like, oh, well, you can play it back and listen to it and tell my jokes and stand-up comedy if you want. But yeah, some very dark humour goes on. And that's one of my coping mechanisms. I saw one of the guys that was on here that does do comedy and stuff, and I think it's very much a thing of people that are, I don't know if it's like it's the politically correct way, like some fucked up people. We tend to use humour and stuff to deflect and not really say what's going on. We try and make it a joke and make everyone laugh to make everyone feel better because everyone's laughing, they're not wallowing in something.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, well, it's that whole emergency services thing. We all are kind of fucked up to do those sorts of jobs, and then how we deal with it is through the darkness.
Yeah.
Make light of the worst scenario, because otherwise, what's the other option?
Got to deal with it.
Fucking cry about it.
Yeah, correct. Men don't cry. So I've done a few of those, a few set tears, telling people my story. Like, it's probably the longest I've ever talked about me and not fucking cried about it. So obviously going to the psychs and everything's helping.
Get some relief. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, when I started telling my story, I must have did 6 months of seeing a psych every week and cried every fucking time. And then I did a podcast about my life, and that was the first time I'd ever said it without fucking shedding tears. Now I've done it. I actually did a second podcast about it, and the interviewer was a female. And then when I'm talking, she like put her hand on my hand. And
Don't fucking touch me.
It fucking melted me, and I started crying. I was like, fuck.
But I think, like most of us, like when I get into the dark side of it, I don't look at anyone. I look at my feet, or I look at the fucking wall. Because if I see someone get emotional about me,
hold it together.
Yeah, someone's emotional because you're fucking talking about feelings. Like, fuck, I just cry myself. Then the worst, you go to a funeral, like somebody I don't even know, I'm going there to support someone else, and I fucking cry. Like emotional.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
It's like, I don't even know this person. Why am I sad?
Funerals are fucked. I don't think I've ever not cried at a funeral.
Yeah, people are laughing and making jokes about the good times, and I'm fucking crying because fucking Nana is over there crying. Like,
that's a sad event. So, how's teaching life? What do you teach?
I teach woodwork and metalwork, so the shop teacher at school, and construction. So,
yeah, right.
Get all the kids that don't really want to fucking be at school.
The fucking payoff topics, subjects.
Yeah, the subject that they go, they can't sit in a classroom and fucking go down there. But I think going into it as a 30-year-old, like I've got some life experience. I've had some fucked up life experience. I've done some things. I've got away with some undetected crime. I can relate to kids, and I use footy massively to relate to them too, because obviously at Morayfield High we've got a pretty big football culture. And
Morayfield, trash.
Yeah, more trophies than fucking Clowntown, mate. Shitty football excellence school.
What grade you doing? All grades?
No, I only teach seniors at the moment. I'm quite lucky. We had a useless fucking head of department at the start of the year that knew nothing about our department, so I got to dictate who taught what. So gave myself a pretty good spread.
Nice.
And now I'm the acting head of the department because she quit because she couldn't hack it. So still got the good spread. And then we've got a new boss starts next term, so we'll see how he goes.
You said your missus works there as well?
Yeah, it's attached. My wife, she's a humanities business teacher.
Yeah, right. Is that where you met, or?
No, Tinder.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, you said that.
Yeah, she. I finished my uni degree, and the next month she started hers because I showed how good teaching was.
Fuck, we've been together for a long time now.
Yeah, 2018 we got together.
Okay.
Yeah.
There you go.
April 2018, got married in 2022.
Fucking time flies, mate. Time flies. Feels like just yesterday we were doing those burpees. That must have been like 2014 or something.
Yeah, 17 it would have been. Yeah.
17?
Yeah.
Well, definitely wasn't my first rendition of that then.
No. No, I couldn't not do them. There was too many fucking expensive fines and I had no money. So there's no way I wasn't doing them. I think one day I had 300 to do and it took me about fucking 2.5 hours and you guys are posting like 107.5 minutes. I'm like, fuck. Yeah. This is not me.
The worst one I did was on the catch up was I had to do 700.
Oh,
It was
probably done in 45 minutes. I think that was about my quickest time for 100 was about fucking 40 minutes.
I can't remember for the life of me, but fuck it, hell, it sucked. I've got a photo of it. It's like I look fit as fuck, but I'm all like red from the ground. Yeah.
Yeah.
They were kind of fun. We did it. What was it? $500 fine or whatever.
Yeah, something like that. Like you're allowed to. Yeah, there was something about like missing days that you had to catch up, but you only had a certain amount of time to do it. Or
yeah, I think there was a 7-day cutoff. That's why I had that 700. I was like, I'm never fucking doing that again. I'd rather endure 7 minutes of pain every day.
Yeah, 7 minutes was all you had. It was fucking not 7 minutes for me. I was still at like 110 kilos for doing burpees.
20 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's bullshit. But no, yeah, teaching's good. Well, I enjoy it most days. Like obviously, we've been through a dark period this last couple of months, and yeah, sort of, it's a struggle to get out of bed and go to work, and just don't want to be there and stuff like that. So yeah, working through those demons is not ideal. I finally told the principal at school about it in an email the other day about all the sick leave I've been having and why I can't attend the senior leadership meeting because it's at the same time my psychologist is on. And it was only 3 weeks ago I just didn't do my psychologist interview and session and went to the senior leadership meeting, and then 2 days later went to crash the car into a wall. So I went, oh, maybe I need to stick with these socks one and fuck the school meeting.
Yeah, right. So everything's going good now, but you've just got inner demons that you don't know how to tame.
No, I wouldn't say everything's going good. Like I went through, like the last 6 months have been rough. Yeah, through suicidal thoughts and things like that. And it's probably more like this last 6 months has been really where I've focused on trying to get help. So I went from the psychiatrist, getting a psychologist, and rather than just seeing someone once a month and having a sort of a check-in and bluffing your way through it, actually delving into some deep, dark secrets and stuff that I've never told anyone before and stuff like that, and just trying to start to work through that. And I think, yeah, was it yesterday I was at her and finally told, like, after seeing her for a few months now, I said, like, told her about the, like, missed session and attempt, and she basically said, like why, like, what stopped you? And I basically said, like, I just couldn't guarantee no one else would get hurt. That was probably the only reason I didn't do it. I was just driving my car and it was pissing down rain. It was night time. I was like, this is a great excuse. Like, if I hit a wall here, fucking, it's the rain's fault. Like, no one will even know. Insurance will pay out. It's not a suicide, so it's not it's a fucking accident. My accident insurance will pay out. Tash will be fine. Everything be looked after. And there's just too many cars around. Just couldn't do it. Couldn't guarantee that I wasn't going to fucking hurt someone else, and I couldn't survive it and then know that I'd done something to someone else. It had to be just me that was taken out. And
do you know why? Do you know what's bringing you to that level?
No, we've fucking been over it for 2 sessions now and cannot find a trigger. We don't know what happened. Like, which fucking sucks. Like, it's easy if it's like, oh, I got a fuck you message from one of my kids. Like, it's been nearly 2 years since I've heard from my 4 kids. And I got a message 3 days ago from one of them apologising for how they spoke to me and said they miss me. So not even that tipped me over the edge. Like, that just sort of just gave me a bit of a smile and like, right, I'll just keep fixing myself and hopefully one day they'll come back. Like, but yeah, it was sort of, we don't know, like it was just a fucking Wednesday night. Like, it was nothing different. Like, there hadn't been a blow up at work. There hadn't been an argument. There hadn't been a shit email that I'd received. There hadn't been a pattern of thought that, like, I was sort of cruising along pretty flat. Like, there hadn't been like 3 or 4 down dark days that I couldn't get out of bed. Like, and I just got that drive, and I just fucking was just ticked in my head like I'm done. Like,
Yeah, right. I see you posting stuff on Instagram. We obviously follow a lot of pages and that talk about this sort of stuff. So it's like I'm assuming this is what you would call a symptom of depression, where these thoughts and feelings just sort of take over your body without any rhyme or reason.
Yeah. Yeah, well, hopefully the fucking drugs that I take will stop them from just coming in and we can try and curb them. But there was a psychiatrist today and she said, like, how they going and how you coping with them, because I'm on 120 milligrams of duloxetine, I think it's called, every day. And then I take, she's just changed my sleeping tablet because it went from, was it 2 months ago or something, 3 months ago, I just didn't sleep. Like I just stare at the wall, stare at the roof, count sheep, sleep for half an hour. That was it. I couldn't just survived. And then finally come clean to her about that. And so she put me on, I forget what the first tablet was she put me on. And I don't know if it was just, she told me that, like take this, it's like, probably knock you out for 4 hours or so, like whatever. And so fucking 4 hours on the dot, I'm awake. Didn't matter, I took it at fucking 8 p.m. or 2 a.m, 4 hours, awake. I was like, is this just a mental thing that she's fucking told me about for 4 hours? Like there was times like I'd pop one and then wake up at 2 in the morning and be like, fuck, should I take another one? I'd just fucking double down on this. Like, I was like, no, I can't, because if I react adverse or whatever, like I might fucking knock it up for work. Because with my anxiety and depression, I punish myself a lot. Like I'm in chronic pain too, and it's only been the last couple of months I take painkillers every day. And this was after talking to a friend of ours, partner, who got out of the military, like alcoholism, chronic depression, suicidal, all this sort of stuff was been blown up twice. And he, him and I had a meeting one day, and he just sort of laid it all on the table, and I said a few things about like my pain and whatever, and he goes, "You're just fucking punishing yourself because you think you deserve it. Like, why are you living in pain? You know, fucking get something for it. Like, stop being an idiot." So yeah, just things like that. Like, so trying to get control of all of it. But yeah, the first sleeping tablet, we come off that, and she put me on. What did I say it was? But two now that I take. One's like an ADHD melatonin, that, and a different one. And she gave it to me. And she goes, the only side effect that people have had with this is like sleepwalking. So if you sleepwalk, stop taking it and ring me. I went, okay. She goes, people get up in the middle of the night and go and make themselves a feed, eat it, go back to bed, and wake up in the morning and go, fuck, are the dishes
in the kitchen, yeah.
So I had to tell Tash that, and she was like, fuck, I hope you don't fucking sleepwalk.
Ambien or something?
Yeah, just, so yeah, I've just come off that one today, and she's given me a different one because I'm only still getting about 4.5 hours sleep a night. So she goes, that's our next things to control your sleep, because that's just fucking you up. So sleep used to be my escape. And before I was on antidepressant, like I used to sleep 14 to 15 hours a day, no problem.
Oh, okay.
And she goes,
keeping you awake, the tablets?
Nah, like she said that the reason I'm not sleeping now is because I'm actually talking about it and trying to get help. So those thoughts are all there, and got to learn how to process them and process emotions and stuff, rather than used to be really good at just fucking burying them and go to sleep. So, yeah, so it's been a whirlwind adventure the last 6 months, actually trying to take a hold of it and learn how to be a human and adult, and not just...
Sounds like this Tash of yours is helping.
Oh, big time. Yeah, like she's very clued in when I post those things on Instagram or whatever. She notices the difference in the ones that I post, and basically goes like, "What's going on? Why are you down? I'm like, no, it's just funny." Yeah, there's plenty that I don't post that are a lot fucking darker that I just send to her. She laughs and goes, "We're both going to hell, but you can't post this." Like those ones about marriage. Like, yeah, you've got to get through your first marriage so you can enjoy your second one. Because we're both on second marriages, obviously. So,
yeah. Oh, fuck, dude. So ongoing journey, eh?
Yeah, it is. It's going to be a battle, and just got to keep sticking with it. And I've got Tash in my corner, and some people that check in on me and stuff like that, which is good. And getting back into some sport is one thing that psychologist didn't really like, but I said that she asked me when I'm happy, and I said when I'm inflicting pain on others. She sort of went like, I'm not sure if like I've never actually said that out loud to anybody. Like she was the first person, and I was like, I'm just worried that they're going to be like, you're a fucking psychopath.
Could be a bouncer or something, get some extra money.
No, she like it's not. And then she turned around and goes like, I need you to be like. We had a pretty confrontational session that session. Like her and I get into some pretty heated sort of discussion, and I actually said to her yesterday that she actually helps me like as much as she might think that we'll just fucking argue with her and rage bait her a bit and whatever and get into these conversations that it obviously is helping because I'm able to talk about more things and not as down as I have been and getting a bit flatter and trying to have some up times and things like that. And she's she's like, I don't judge you. Like, whatever you say, I don't judge. I was like, bullshit, everyone judges. Like, she's like, no, if I judged, I wouldn't be in this job. I'm like, yeah, right, you fucking judge. And yeah, we had the conversation about me liking to hurt things, like I liking to hurt people. And I was like, I don't just want to walk down the street and punch someone in the face. Like, it's people that do me wrong, a big one. And like, I really love revenge, and it doesn't have to come today. Like, in 4 years' time, if you get fucked, like I would just smile and giggle to myself and know if I've had a part in it. Like, and I said, and then when I play sport, like I can't play able-bodied footy or anything anymore, so I played wheelchair rugby league. And I said to her, like, if I hit you hard enough that you come out of your chair and you're fucking hurt and can't play on, I just smile so much. It just makes my day.
Fuck.
So I probably could be a psychopath, but I haven't gone punching kids down the street just to see if it plays the same way. It's just more of a revenge and sport context.
Yeah. I wonder how many people that actually play things like motorball and footy and boxing and stuff actually feel like that.
Yeah, I'm not disciplined enough to do martial arts. I'm not eating food and stuff like that, so I have to deal with sports that I don't have to train all the time for.
Cool. So, yeah, fine. Covered a fair bit there, dude.
Yeah.
Anything else you feel like you want to mention while you get it out there?
No, just that, like, yeah, as I said, I'm a big advocate for, like, I've been there and tried to take my life. It was fucking planning it as when it was last week, but people just got to talk about it. Like, they just got to find someone to talk to. Like, it doesn't, fuck, it can be a special rock on a wall that you talk to. Like, it doesn't have to be a person. You just got to find every time that I verbalise it, it just takes away to, like, just saying the words. Like, even if it's just fucking saying the words to the mirror or staring at the ground, like, once you've said them and got them out of your head, it just changes things massively. And
100%. Yeah, I say the same thing of what I've learned in the last few years of, like I said, my psych session and doing those couple of podcasts. It took everything from in here and all those feelings of just angst and daily regret and shame and that heavy feeling in my chest all the time, and you know what they would even call anxiety and depression to a certain degree, where I was feeling it and hating myself for all the decisions and choices I made and thinking I was a piece of shit of a human, and then just putting it all out there, expecting people to agree with me, and they're like, "You're such an inspiration." I'm like, "Oh, there you go, all the stuff I've hated myself about for fucking years."
Oh, you've been through a lot. Like you're pretty strong and can survive. Well, fuck, didn't have another choice, did I? Well, I did. I tried it and failed.
Yeah. But no, getting out there, that it's a fucking release. It's just
yeah,
it feels so good. And yeah, whether it's a psych or a friend or whoever the fuck you're comfortable talking to, but you got to get it out.
Yeah, but especially when it's it can be real heavy and dark and those sort of things. As much as you think no one will listen, fuck, you could ring helpline or whatever, and they'll listen to you. Then they don't know who you are and they can't judge you because they can't put a face to it. So yeah, it's just going to be just anybody.
But, yeah, and you'd be surprised when you do say it out loud how many people will be, oh yeah, I feel like that too. Yeah, and I've got a number of people that have called me at silly o'clock in the morning and I've talked them off a ledge and because they know that I'm not going to judge and like if I can help you, I will. If it's a drive, I'll fucking talk to you on the phone until I drive and get to you and sit with you. Like it's so much easier to do that than have to worry about what's going to happen when you're not here. Yeah, that's it. I'd rather fucking listen to you cry on the phone than carry your coffin.
Yeah, exactly right.
Cool, man. Good tip. Good place to leave it, I think.
Yep.
Thanks for coming. Thanks for talking and sharing your life with me. Even though I'm your fucking big brother.
big little brother. Learn a few more things about what happened.
Yeah. Obviously, even when you catch up with mates and stuff, it's very rare that you delve into such deep conversation and topics. I enjoy this sort of podcasting platform, even with my mates and family, to find out more about them.
Yeah, exactly right. Like you see the snippets that come out of ones where people ask, like, what's the biggest lie you've ever told? And the guy sort of breaks in and says, "Oh, that I'm okay." Like, just things like that. Like, yeah, we all tell that lie often. Like, a few songs that I've listened to of late that are a bit around that. Like, it's easy to tell you I'm okay and just fucking die on the inside than actually open up, because as much as everyone thinks it's just how you going, and you just go, yeah, good, and keep walking, like, there are actually people that care how you going. So when they ask, you probably need to tell them when you're not all right.
Yeah, that "are you okay" thing, it's like a bit of a payoff, but you can tell when somebody's actually like, are you okay? Like when they actually want to know.
Yeah.
And it's worth asking sometimes, because you might get the answer that you think you're going to get.
Yeah, exactly right. And if someone does start to divulge, just listen.
Yeah.
You don't have to offer any opinion or try and fucking black cat them and have a better story. Just fucking listen to what they got to say.
Yeah. Anyway, dude, like I said, good to get to know my brother a bit more. I enjoyed that.
Thanks, man.
And fucking quite the life you've lived.
Yeah. Still hopefully a bit to go.
Hopefully. All right, cheers. Bye, guys. The Grey Man Podcast is a veteran-run platform dedicated to sharing authentic experiences from current and former service members. These stories are shared to foster connection, understanding, and support within the veteran community. Episodes may contain raw, emotionally charged content that some listeners may find distressing. Listener discretion is advised. The views and opinions expressed by guests are their own and do not necessarily reflect those of the Grey Man Podcast, its host, or affiliated partners. The Grey Man Podcast assumes no liability for any statements, opinions, or representations made by guests during interviews or discussions.